meat slice. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh. Because Slice to Order makes a sub above.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. The one who just thought about checking your phone. How about don't? The car is no place for multitasking. Trust me, that text can wait. Those notifications can go unchecked until you get where you're going. Did you know that you can now be stopped and ticketed in Florida for texting and driving? So put that phone down and focus on driving. This message brought to you by the Florida Department of Transportation.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind studio. Your accident, your future, your attorney. Contact them at whenyounneedus.com or call pound 546 from your cell. You're listening to WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Now #1 for podcasting. We are an iHeartRadio station. Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. You are now listening to the Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
That's right, guys. Here we go on a Wednesday edition of the Jim Colbert Show. Thanks so much for tuning in. We do have a banger of a program for you because we are broadcasting live from the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. The Gateway attraction is unbelievable, and we'll tell you all about that. And we do have a packed program today. We'll get you caught up on what's happening out there with Deb's Woke News. 4 o'clock, Animal House, featuring James Brooks, whose job is to integrate nature with NASA, which is going to be awesome. Bruce Melnick joins us. He's an actual astronaut. We'll talk to him before 20. 5 o'clock, Kelvin Manning is the Deputy Director of NASA's Kennedy Space Center. Scott Maxwell, trivia, Ross thoughts, and we'll end it all up with Theron Prossie, who is the COO of the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex right here. A big show all day. Thanks for joining us. We do appreciate it. To my left, my lovely and very dangerous co-host, Ms. Deb Roberts.
Hello there.
Straight ahead, producer Jack Bradshaw.
Good afternoon.
Comedy alien, Ross Padgett.
Oh, yeah, Jim.
All right, 407-916-1041. You can text us always at 77031. Find us always on social media, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, at The Jim Colbert Show. On Twitter, it's just at Jim Colbert Show. And every day, all day, online, JimColbertLive.com. How you guys doing?
I'm doing great.
We're at the Kennedy Space Center, so we're doing pretty awesome.
Pretty cool.
So this thing that we're sitting in, this let me give you an example of how cool this place is just right off the bat, right off rip. We are literally sitting under the SpaceX booster that took the Tesla into space.
Yep.
Now, how long ago was that? 2017, 18?
Yeah, I'm guessing.
I think it
was a few years.
Yeah, a few years back. They send this thing in, and now, and look, I had no idea that the boosters were that big. And I think one of the great reasons you should come to the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex, and all the attractions they have are simply amazing, but it really does give you a perspective because,
yeah.
And I believe that's why Europeans love this park. When they come over, they do the parks, but they come here and they love it. And the reason why is they don't have anything like this.
Nope.
I mean, you can drive from anywhere or fly from anywhere in the U.S. and come to this place. It doesn't cost hardly any money to get in, and you get to see some of the cool stuff that we've ever built as human beings. And this thing above us is one of the biggest newsmakers of the last 10 years.
Because, that specific booster rocket, you mentioned it took the Tesla up, but it flew twice, so it's landed twice successfully, which is still an amazing thing to witness when you see these boosters come back down and land upright. But that one has been to space, and it's now hanging right over our head.
Yeah, simply amazing. And right beside it is a thing called the Dream Chaser, and that's one of the newest vehicles. They don't even plan on launching this thing until 2026. It's been in development for like 15 years already.
Hell yeah.
Man, you're seeing stuff that you won't even see for another 5 years. You're not even going to see this stuff. This is stuff that you won't even see on television or hear about for another 5 years. Not to mention, I don't know if you guys have walked around the area here. All these little capsules are actual capsules that have been in space. SpaceX, the Boeing Starliner is here.
Well, that's the one that they're actually using to train the Boeing Starliner crew. So you get to climb in there. Your kids get to climb in there and see what the astronauts are going to go through. They have all kinds of different crewed vehicles, cargo vehicles from Sierra Space, a great simulator ride that Jimmy and I were just simply too busy pre-show to actually partake
Russ
in.
and I went.
AKA, I had the news, Jimmy's got motion sickness.
And but I think, Jimmy, you would have been fine because it wasn't that wild, but it was actually, Ross called it. When he walked out, it was relaxing.
Really?
Yeah, it was pretty neat.
I got off the ride and I felt like I just, had a bunch of green tea. It's very soothing.
Get a spiritual massage.
Yeah, it's the salt scrub of rides.
Yeah, the things we're talking about, you can actually see. We're on our YouTube, our Facebook, our Twitch feed. You can actually watch because we have our cameras here, so we're showing you what we are looking at here. And today is the opening day for the Gateway attraction. They had the ribbon cutting earlier today.
Man, oh man. We saw our buddy Mike Leinbach stomping around here. They can't get rid of it.
Nope.
They've tried to throw him out of this place like 4 or 5 times, and he just keeps coming back.
The old shuttle launch director.
He just, from what I understand, he just shows up at the front door, beating on the door, yelling beer money.
Yeah, he shows up to the front door and starts counting down from 10.
Hey, he had to meet with some influencers today. Have some mercy for the poor man.
Yeah, actually, our good buddy Mike Leinbach, who has, made a number of appearances on the program, has his own thing now. Twice a month, you can actually get a tour of the property. It's limited to 30 people. They do it twice a month, and he walks you around the park and gives you the insiders view of how the thing works, what happened when this was happening. It must be one of the most remarkable things. I mean, it really must.
I don't know what they're calling it, but if they don't call it the Leinbach Spacewalk, they're missing out.
Yeah, I don't know what they're calling it either, but more than likely, Leinbach he probably does like 3 tours, and then they pile up for a brew, and then 3 more tours, they'll pile up for another beer.
Oh, I gotta book that.
Mike Leinbach looks like if you ever wanted to be one of those guys that has everything, like intellectually, like everything you could want, all the cred you could possibly get, and the guy looks like a dude who would bum like $10 off of you to buy lunch. He's the greatest. He looks like a straight-up beach bum. He's the greatest.
I'm bringing my mom here next week for like her birthday with our little celebration.
Buddy, I heard you grifting. Good job.
I'm pushing, dude. I'm trying to hit her. Just put her up in a rocket.
2017 Ross doesn't make that movie you just made, buddy. I gotta tell you.
I'm trying to get as many. I'm just trying to get my mom to love me. And I know if I bring her here and I'm like, yeah, no big deal. These people know me. I know them.
I heard you even say that. It's like, look, man, I'm looking for some cred. I'm looking for mom cred right now. Help me out, mom cred.
I'm trying to mom flex. That's all I'm trying to do.
She's in town 2 weeks?
Yeah, I believe like 10 days, just
10
shy.
days.
So there's 2 things that she wanted to do. Be on this radio show and go to Kennedy Space Center.
She doesn't care about anything else.
No.
Doesn't want to see you shagging.
No.
Doesn't want to see Chase do anything.
Hey, careful, dude.
Yeah, that's really funny, actually.
Yeah.
What
Our
a
English
fun
audience
slip.
was like, no. I don't think she wants to see that.
Mom already, come in.
Coming in hot.
Yeah, no, this is a very special place for my mom, and she hasn't been here in over, I don't know, a decade.
She is
going to
have her face blown off then, man, in a decade. Was she here have you seen Atlantis?
I don't think so.
Oh, that's more than a decade, right?
You have to do us a favor. I was just talking to one of the employees about the Atlantis thing and how to this day, like it's, years later, the reveal of Atlantis is as American as you can feel without like literally being there when a president is sworn in. You go there, and that reveal, I want you to film your mom when they reveal.
Yeah, get her reaction.
You have to do that.
Well, listen.
I bet she cries.
Elena had the best advice. She said, your first trip here, you've got to do Atlantis, the bus tour, and Gateway.
For sure.
Save the IMAX movies.
Yeah.
Do the bus tour, Atlantis, and Gateway, and that will fill up your day and show you the best. That's the Saturn rocket. That's Atlantis. That's the SpaceX booster. That's all of the big chunks that you're going to want to see.
I just, again, we've been here a bunch. We broadcast here a bunch. I'm sure people listening to the shows think we have a small addiction to this place, and we do. They treat us really well. They're good people. And this facility is one of the few parks where you entertain your family and educate your family at the same time.
All age groups.
You are literally walking through the history of this program, and they've managed to make it entertaining. You would think that only like math goons or geeks or
space. I mean,
engineers.
I'm a space enthusiast without being smart.
Like Star Wars nerds, and you would think those are the only people. But man, and the great thing is how many kids are here.
Yeah, and their grandparents.
Yeah, no joke.
So the whole
Love
family can come here and walk around.
But you got to check it out, man. It's simply amazing. It's the new Gateway attraction here at the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. It just opened today. just great stuff.
It's really cool, too, to see the people who are working here who are reaching out to us on the texting service at 77031. One listener texted, I'm at Hangar X right now working on a Falcon 9 booster, and the crazy to imagine is that giant-ass rocket falling back to Earth and landing. Love you all. And then just wanted to say hi from the Kennedy Space Center badging office. Love you all, Joey.
That's awesome. And, Jack actually said that same thing. Jack immediately, when we walked in, looked at the booster and started kind of figuring out, that thing lands upside down?
Yeah.
Because it looks like it does, but it doesn't.
Yeah.
Because when you look at there's these weird kind of almost winged gates that open up to kind of guide it into.
Yeah.
Right.
They look like they're on the bottom, but there's no way that's the case.
Couldn't be.
Because
Jesus. That's 3 school buses. That's
It's
three
huge.
3 full-size school buses.
And your mouth literally drops open when you see it because you see the scorch marks, you see everything.
It looks like a 100-foot-tall grain silo with
It
wings.
does. It does. With a big SpaceX down the front. And again, just like Jimmy had mentioned, this SpaceX, this Falcon 9, flew 2 missions into space, including the one that launched Elon Musk's personal roadster with the spaceman.
That goof.
That goof, yeah, exactly.
Hey, when was the last time
That
Elon Musk
slacker.
was on property? A while ago? Okay. We're talking.
Yeah, I think that might be a good thing. I don't know. He's on a tear right now.
Does he let you guys know when he's coming? Does he text you and say, hey, dropping by? No. Just shows up? Yeah, just shows up in a helicopter,
That's
I'm sure.
so musky.
That makes no sound.
Yeah, so this rocket was brought the first production car into space, and that car went on to orbit the sun.
Yeah.
Playing David Bowie.
That is
Yeah, exactly.
one hell of an Uber ride.
Yeah, we have a lot of stuff set up today. We're going to learn a lot today about some of the new stuff happening here at the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. They do such a great job at laying it out so that everybody can move around and see things. It's good to see the kids doing the interactive stuff. They're not just kind of walking by and going, hey, that's cool. They're actually getting involved with it and reading the information about it, which is so cool.
And if your kid has any interest at all in STEM careers, this is a great place to kind of bring math and science to life.
And that's what when I took my daughters here when they were young, I said, this is what science can do. You know, this is how science can be fun, and you get to interact at that level, and they can make the connection in what they're doing in school with what they're seeing here.
Science, math, physics, engineering, it's
all of it.
All right here, man. Simply amazing stuff.
Even the environmental sciences, since they're trying to figure out how to grow potatoes on Mars.
Well, they screw some stuff in moon dust.
And moon dust, moon dirt. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I mean,
we're gonna need it in the future.
Well, the first thing I'm gonna do is cultivate weed up there. We all know it, right?
We're hoping.
Everybody knows.
Space weed.
Right? Yeah. Because the one thing you need after being in a capsule for 3.5 days
is a blunt.
You smoke earth weed and it sends you to space, but if you smoke space weed, it sends you back to Earth.
Wow, that's a
nice.
Interesting dichotomy. There's so many cool things to check out. The Human Space Flight Center, Astronaut Training Academy, all going to be headed up here. Man, just a really neat spot. So we want you to come out and join. If you happen to have tickets, drop by. We'll be here. I think
they close at 5 today.
It's open until 5 today. So if you can drop by, we're over on the wall. We'll be super easy to find. We're the only people doing a radio show. So,
and I've been looking.
We'll be highly.
We're the only ones.
Highly findable. All right, like I said, we do have a big program coming up today. Animal House James Brooks is the Spaceport Integration Officer here at NASA. Bruce Melnick is an actual astronaut. Kelvin Manning, the Deputy Director of NASA's Kennedy Space Center. And, of course, we'll talk to Theron Prossie, who is the COO of the property in right now. We'll do Ross Thoughts, Maxwell, all kinds of fun stuff today. Deb, what's coming up for news?
Well, we've got Governor DeSantis announcing a director for the new State Guard. Volusia County Schools to up the minimum wage next month, and that's a Disney dream. We'll talk about what that is and more coming up next during Woke News.
Thanks, Deb. 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Thanks for joining us today. We deeply appreciate it. Back with Deb's News and more of the Jim Colbert Show right after this.
If you're going to give up your personal information to a giant, merciless corporation, might as well listen to something good. So tell Alexa to play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
We're still looking at stop-and-go traffic eastbound on I-4 between 417 and 535. Westbound is slow as well between World Drive and Osceola Polk Line Road, and we're still seeing delays between Sand Lake Road and Central Florida Parkway. Authorities still working to clear that crash on OBT at Land Street Road. The 408 is up to speed as well as 417. See traffic problems? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Walt Disney World.job/job fair.
Don't miss upcoming Walt Disney World Resort hiring events this June. Apply today for full-time and part-time roles, including lifeguard, housekeeping, culinary, and more, with $1,500 hiring bonuses available for select roles. Learn more at waltdisneyworld.job/job fair.
S&W Kitchens. Get a free design consultation at snwkitchens.com. Creating thoughtful, livable spaces.
Make this the year you go to our iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Right now, Capital One cardholders get first dibs on tickets to our 2022 iHeartRadio Music Festival. Only available while supplies last, or until Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern. So don't miss it. Plus, add a Capital One Access Pass to your purchase to attend a VIP event with a private performance from Avril Lavigne. Only available during the cardholder presale.
Presale tickets are limited and will go fast at iHeartRadio.com/Capital One.
Here's a top move for hiring a divorce attorney. See how they look and handle themselves on video or audio. Chances are that's them at their best, with editing, setup, and multiple takes. The courtroom is live. Mediation is live. Make sure your divorce lawyer is going to make you look good. At Trenley Kramer Law, we handle family law and divorce. TK Law, one firm for life.com.
I'm Orlando attorney Mo DeWitt, and this is my client, Raphael.
I had unexpected slip and fall. You were the only guys that were willing to take it. The insurance company offered me a low ball amount. I was able to secure over 10 times that amount. If you're injured on the go, just call Mo.
Prospective client may not obtain same or similar results.
Let the professionals at Fence Outlet save you time and money. We handle everything from the free estimate to the install. We do it all, and you get 0% financing. So come into Fence Outlet or visit fenceoutlet.com today. License number C-10252 and C-10803.
Culver's could have only started in Wisconsin. Just ask our team member Marcus.
Let's just say you can take the restaurants out of America's Dairyland, but you can't take America's Dairyland out of the restaurants. Like the real Wisconsin cheese on our juicy butter burgers, the farm fresh dairy in our fresh frozen custard, even our crispy golden Wisconsin cheese curds. It may sound cheesy, but we love where we come from at Culver's.
Almost as much as we love sharing it with our guests. Welcome to Delicious. Another reason Culver's could have only started in Wisconsin. Let our team member Anna tell you why.
People always say Culver's food tastes homemade, but that's also because our menu is like basically homegrown. Cooked to order butter burgers and rich, creamy, fresh frozen custard, two of Wisconsin's favorite traditions. Same goes for our perfectly melty cheese curds and Culver's new Wisconsin Big Cheese Pub Burger.
It's delicious.
Available for a limited time. I mean, could it get more Wisconsin-y than all that?
Stop in and let's make our traditions your tradition. Welcome to Delicious.
Upgrade her diamond ring this summer with no money down and 0 interest for 5 years. Yes! You can do it now at International Diamond Center. It's our most aggressive offer ever. Not just on engagement rings, but earrings, bracelets, bands, colored gemstone jewelry, all GIA certified diamonds. Buy now and spread your payments over 5 years with 0 interest. So that $5,000 diamond bracelet comes out to just $85 a month. One-of-a-kind designer jewelry is also included in this spectacular offer. Now for a limited time at International Diamond Center.
People are driving for hours to shop at IDC right now so they can take advantage of our best offer ever, 5 years, 0 interest financing. It's a fantastic opportunity that makes everything affordable. How about a $6,000 GIA certified diamond for just $100 a month? A $4,000 pair of diamond earrings, just $67 a month. You can even finance a sales tax. Don't miss this. The best way to buy 5 years, 0 interest financing at International Diamond Center.
International Diamond Center, 4 Orlando locations on approved credit.
Is your current home loan the right fit for you? Rising home values mean that you could have more home equity than you might imagine. And if you're considering a refi, an expertly chosen loan from Loan Depot could save you thousands. Ask about their smart term loans, cash out, and over 300 loan options to find just the right mortgage loan for you. Call now, 866-888-LOAN, or go to loandepot.com. Loan Depot, where home means everything. Rates are subject to change. Equal housing opportunity lender. NMLS number 174457. Licensed in all 50 states.
I tend to second-guess dinners with friends because they're often interrupted by diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or oily stools.
It turns out I have EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, which means I'm missing the enzymes needed to digest food. My doctor prescribed Creon, pancrelipase, an oral prescription medication that replaces pancreatic digestive enzymes. Creon treats EPI due to cystic fibrosis, chronic pancreatitis, pancreatectomy, or other conditions.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you're allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules, as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon.
Creon is the #1 prescribed EPI treatment. Ask your doctor about Creon for EPI and visit Creon.com or call 800-633-9110 to learn more. That's CREON.com.
The Orlando Magic had the #1 pick in the NBA draft, and Mountain Dew wants to send you and a friend to Brooklyn to see it happen live. Go to www.orlandomagic.com/draft-flyaway to enter for your chance to win. One lucky winner will receive round-trip airfare for 2 to New York City, a 2-night hotel stay, $500 spending money, and 2 tickets to the event. Visit www.orlandomagic.com/draft-flyaway for official rules and to enter for your chance to win. Mountain Dew is the official soft drink of the Orlando Magic.
Call me, Mark Anajar, at the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
Office in Orlando.
Are you ready for summer? Wherever summer takes you, make sure you take your favorite radio station with you on your adventures with the free iHeartRadio app. That's right, no matter how far from home you travel, this station, the music you love, and the best podcasts in the world will be right there with you in your pocket.
Summer soundtrack.
Sunscreen, flip-flops, and the free iHeart app. Must-haves for any summer checklist. Download the free iHeartRadio app and discover music, radio, and podcasts you'll love this summer.
Summer's hottest certified pre-owned vehicles. They're at Sutherland Nissan Orlando.
Listening to The Jim Colbert Show. Also available to watch at The Jim Colbert Show on Twitch.
Welcome back to The Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. Always text us at 77031. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate that very much. We are broadcasting live today from the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex, Gateway, the Deep Space Launch Complex. Easy for me to say, Ross.
Nailed it.
I've been talking about this for a while. Today is the opening day, and another thing that I get asked a lot is this extra once you pay to get into the park? It is not. It's included with your admission. You come right on back and enjoy this whole new part of the park. Absolutely part of your everyday admission. 50,000 square feet to check out, and it is a lot of fun and totally cool.
And it is air conditioned.
And it's air conditioned.
Welcome to Florida.
Which is very, very important. Welcome back to the show. I am Jim, Jack and Ross right over there. Let's get a check of the news. Here's Deb.
And now, it's time for Woke News.
It seems like kind of a misuse of the whole world.
On the Jim Colbert Show.
And Woke News is brought to you by Home Loans Radio and that mortgage guy, Don. All right, Governor Ron DeSantis is appointing a former military officer to head up a revived civilian force here in Florida. DeSantis made the announcement today from an American Legion post in Madeira Beach, saying retired Marine Corps Lieutenant Colonel Chris Graham will be the director of the new Florida State Guard. The group will mainly assist the Florida National Guard, which the governor says is stretched thin. He says more than 1,200 people have applied for the State Guard's 400 open positions. Flags, may have noticed, are flying at half-staff to honor a fallen law enforcement officer. Governor DeSantis issued that order today to pay tribute to Officer Christopher Ferriello. Ferriello was a member of the Tallahassee Police Department, a graduate of FSU, and a former officer in South Florida in Wilton Manors. He died in the line of duty a week ago when a suspected shooter rammed his car into the patrol car. A celebration of life ceremony was being held today for the officer, and flags will remain lowered until the end of the day today. Closer to home, the Brevard County Superintendent is laying out response plans for a potential active shooter, but not everything, which is great, right? It's good to know you have new plans But at the same time,
let's keep them secret.
Let's keep them secret. Let's keep them secret.
Here's what we plan on doing.
And that's exactly what Superintendent Mark Mullins says. Without going into detail, deputies will enter a school building in the event of an active shooter. He went on to say yesterday that the district was unable to share all of its safety efforts because, of course, that could put the plan at risk. But this does come after, again, the recent shooting in Uvalde, Texas, where questions remain about. So they're saying, listen, deputies are just going to go in. Let's just start there.
And by the way, in Uvalde, they're about to try to use a legal loophole to keep from releasing body cam footage and other correspondence between the officers and management or the sheriff and all the people who are dealing with that. All of the correspondence between them hasn't been released. None of the body cam stuff has been released yet, and they're trying to use this loophole that would allow the state of Texas to hold that information back, and they're not giving answers because they know. I mean, they know what's going to happen.
Well, they know it looks bad.
It can't. Well, it is bad. It's really bad, and the issue is it's so interesting that this can't even be transparent. For the life of me, I can't even understand how that could be actual. Like how they could hold that information back.
I mean, if I had saved a story yesterday, press in Uvalde, Texas, and the area is having a very difficult time covering this story, not just because they're not getting the details, but because they're under constant threat of arrest just for trying to cover the story.
Yeah, they'd have to arrest me.
Yeah, the level of cover-up. Yeah, exactly. Same here.
Well, you keep watching.
Those parents deserve. The whole community deserves answers.
Well, they start filing civil lawsuits, and then all of a sudden stuff will get subpoenaed. And we'll find out what happened to it because that's what's going to happen.
It's a shame, though, that it has to take that before we get to that point.
They're going to make them fight for it, though, because they know what's going to cost.
Right. Now, up in Volusia County, some employees will be getting a pay raise. The district and local teachers unions made a deal yesterday raising the minimum wage to $15 an hour. Union President Elizabeth Albert says for teachers already making this hourly wage, this is not the end. This is the beginning of ongoing salary negotiations. The pay hike, though, does start July 1st. All right, an investigation is underway after human remains were found in Orange County. The sheriff's office says the remains were found yesterday afternoon while a construction crew was digging in Pine Hills on West Colonial Drive. The remains haven't been identified. There's no word on a cause of death. But, of course, with as many missing people as we do have just in the Orlando area, Michelle Parker.
Who knows?
Yeah, exactly. Who knows who it could be?
Who knows?
All right, the Winter Park woman took the stand again today while she faces charges for allegedly killing her husband, a former UCF executive. Danielle Redlick testified for the first time yesterday, and she told jurors that she stabbed her husband, Michael, in self-defense, saying she was scared for her life. She also says she didn't realize how bad the wounds were. Prosecutors say, yeah, well, you still waited 11 hours to call Orange County Police and found evidence of her trying to clean up the blood while taking a break to check her dating websites to see if she'd had any messages.
Wow. On top of that, didn't she try to sell the story initially that she was in she jumped in the shower when she came out? Dude was all stabbed up or something? There was this thing is taking so many fun little turns.
Oh, yeah. Well, she said first it was a fatal heart attack.
Right, yeah.
And then, again, police said that when they arrived, her house looked like a horror scene from a movie. So, yeah. And she even told their 15-year-old daughter that her father had died from a heart attack.
Wow.
Attorneys will continue their cross-examination today. All right, a new law could help protect victims of domestic violence. This is a great idea. Senate Bill 654 was signed into law last week. Starting October 1st, domestic violence victims will be able to file injunctions electronically to make it easier to get restraining orders.
You know what's interesting about that? Just during the last break, I was zooming through my social and saw a video, and it's a guy shirtless, hammering the front door, asking this woman to come out to the yard, and the chyron said this happened 8 minutes after a judge issued a restraining order against this guy. 8 minutes.
Yep.
Wow.
That's all it takes.
Just long enough for him to come out of the courthouse and take his shirt off.
Tampa State Senator Janet Cruz sponsored the bill, and she discussed the new law yesterday. She says no one should have to wait for protection while the Postal Service attempts to deliver a restraining order.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And there's a story out of Castleberry shooting today or yesterday.
Oh, it's yesterday. You had a triple murder suicide. You had two women. A man shot his wife, his mother-in-law, and his 15-year-old stepson. No domestic violence on record, but apparently there were 2 incidents that both family members and neighbors say did occur but was never reported. Gun bought legally on June 2nd.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, wedding bells are in Charlie Crist's future. Aww.
Wait, I thought he was married.
I thought he was too, but the Tampa Bay congressman and former governor says he's engaged now to a mom of 6 from Minnesota.
Just in time for the election.
This guy,
Isn't it? Isn't it?
This guy's story.
Isn't it slippery?
This guy's story. This guy, I don't know. How did he miss being a Clinton? This guy fits the Clinton mold like
Maxwell pointed out, because he's always been a political opportunist, but he's like, after what we've had,
come on,
you take that because you know what you're getting,
right?
And, it's just like a little more predictable.
Well, Chelsea Grimes is a 43-year-old medical sonographer, and the 66-year-old Crist calls her the sweetest, nicest person he has ever met besides his mother. Oh, that's what your fiance wants to hear.
Right, exactly.
This would be the 3rd marriage for both.
That's great.
Crist recently told the Tampa Bay Times he popped the question over a week ago, and while there's no wedding date yet, he hopes it will happen sooner rather than later.
You go, Charlie.
You go, Charlie. And get it in before November, so to speak.
Tanned himself into a 30-year marriage. I love it. Was she like 39? He's 62?
43, and he is 66.
God bless him.
You know?
He looks like Florida.
He does.
That white hair, that beautiful tan.
That beautiful smile.
If the Villages came to life as a person,
it would be Charlie.
It would be Charlie Crist.
All right, a pro wrestler is going to have to stay out of the ring after his arrest in Volusia County, the 2nd pro wrestler to be arrested for DUI in as many months. This time, All Elite Wrestling's Jeff Hardy was arrested Monday for DUI, and AEW announced yesterday he is now suspended without pay. The organization says the 44-year-old cannot return until he successfully completes treatment and maintains his sobriety. This is why this is Hardy's 3rd DUI offense in the last 4 years.
Yeah, that's not fun.
Yeah, he had one in 2018, 2019, now one in 2020.
So I had a chance to meet him and his brother. I've met.
Wow, you've met Matt too?
We met Jeff more than we've met Matt, because Jeff is the one that goes out and does this a little bit more. Jeff tried to start an art career a while back. He's actually he's a relatively talented artist, and you could tell meeting him he is a troubled guy. And I'm not saying this in a derogatory manner, but some people just have that demon, and alcohol obviously is his, and you can kind of just tell it. I mean, even though he's saying all the things that the company needs him to say, you just aren't buying it when you meet him. And the crazy thing is, sweet, smart guy. He just got that demon, man. He can't shake it.
Yeah, well, he's now suspended without pay, and of course, he's one of the biggest names in wrestling, any wrestling.
People trying to figure out how he rented the car. Guy does not have a legitimate driver's license.
Yeah, that was another reason.
Yeah.
That was another charge that he faced, was because...
How do you even rent the car?
Yeah, exactly. All right,
I'll give you the car if you swanton bomb.
The state's largest utility plans to get greener. Florida Power and Light announced its goal is to eliminate carbon emissions and electricity generation by 2045. That's a pretty bold date. So by that date, FPL hopes to be relying on solar, battery storage, and green hydrogen. FPL's chairman and CEO says being clean is good business and is good for customers because it keeps the planet around and makes it a little bit more.
Yeah, the batteries are a bridge to hydrogen.
Oh yeah, that's a big deal.
Batteries are a bridge to hydrogen.
Plans to build Orlando's biggest skyscraper.
Really?
Are moving forward.
Wow, really?
But it's what it's going to have that makes you go, oh man.
Because the tallest building we have right now is the courthouse.
Is it really?
Yeah, that's the tallest building downtown is the courthouse, I believe.
But, the funniest thing is I remember like 30 years ago when the skyline of Orlando was SunTrust Center,
exactly.
And then like 10 blocks over it was another tall building.
And then the chrome dome.
And then
the copper dome of Church Street.
Exactly.
That was the skyline.
That was the skyline. And then the courthouse went in and it was like, we've got 4 tall buildings.
What's it 28 or 30 floors or something, the courthouse?
Well, in this case, developers in this case say they filed permits to build the first phase of the health towers.
Oh, God.
The latest plans showed...
What's wrong with that?
That's not exciting.
The latest plans showed that the 3-tower design would reach 444 feet.
Damn.
The buildings will focus on elderly care, contain medical facilities, and create more than 1,000 jobs. The city will need to approve the plans before Construction can begin. Yeah, it's just a bunch of skyscrapers of old people.
Welcome to Orlando. Look at our brand new skyscraper.
It's full of old people.
It's an old folks' home.
That's not exciting.
No, that's not sexy.
Come on, man.
Come on.
What's
Give
more
us something
Orlando?
sexy.
What's more Orlando than the tallest building we have being an old folks' home?
What would you want inside of it?
Anything else?
Ragers, ravers.
Anything else? A building with a big corporation? I mean, something that's coming to Orlando to create. I know it's creating jobs.
Well, yeah, that's like your favorite thing.
It is my favorite thing, but I don't like it this way.
You just don't like jobs around health.
Yeah. You nailed it, buddy. Good job.
All right.
Earned your money today.
All right. Well, we know gas prices, right? They've dropped a penny. I think we're up to $4.88. Yeah, whatever.
I saw $4.79 coming in.
Well, out
I threw
west,
glitter out the window.
the manager of a gas station in Northern California has been fired.
Okay.
After accidentally selling gas for just 69 cents per gallon.
Nice.
He mistakenly put the decimal point in the wrong place when punching in prices last Thursday in Rancho Cordova, just east of Sacramento. Keep in mind, I said last Thursday. Gas was sold for 69 cents per gallon rather than $6.99 per gallon.
Oh, my goodness. And I don't think there's much of a margin on gasoline, right? So if you're paying $6.99 a gallon for it, like they're paying like over $6 a gallon, right? I don't think there's much margin in gas.
No, there isn't. Just like with grocery stores.
Right,
a lot of people think there is, but there really isn't.
That's one of those moments, too, is that those customers are not saying anything.
They are not.
No, instead they were texting their family
There
and
you
friends.
go. Because it took 3 hours to correct the mistake and cost the gas station $16,000.
Wow.
The gas station wouldn't have lost so much money if people didn't start calling their friends and family and posting the incredibly low price on social media.
You know, that's a code black move if there ever was.
Oh, my God, it's 1987.
That could not be a more code black move.
I think 1978 was the last time gas was actually at that price.
Really?
Yeah, I remember gas being 47 cents a gallon in like the late 70s.
I don't remember that, but the man's family has started a GoFundMe account with the goal of raising $16,000 to pay the gas station back.
He wants his job back, so he's trying to raise the money to pay him back to get his job back.
And then finally...
Just keep the $16K and you'll get a real job.
Yeah, he just starts selling gallons of gas for $25.
Just create social media content around the gaff and just become an influencer.
Right.
All right, and finally, Disney is offering a once-in-a-lifetime trip to all 12 of their parks if you've got the money.
Okay.
How much do you think this will cost?
Okay, so what's the deal? Is it tickets, transportation, reservations to stay? Is it the whole nine?
For this amount of money, and probably you're going to find that it's actually not that expensive when you consider everything you're getting. Guests can go on what Disney calls a, quote, bucket list adventure, end quote. It's a 24-day tour that stops at all 12 Disney theme parks around the world, as well as man-made wonders like the Pyramids of Giza and the Eiffel Tower. Travelers will take a private jet.
Wow.
And get the ultimate VIP experience at each park, staying at Disney accommodations on site.
Nice.
And there are 75 spots available if you have...
Is this per person?
Per person. I'm sure this is what this would be, yeah.
12 parks plus other visits, private jet.
VIP experience, Disney accommodation.
I think it's $55,000 per person.
Jack.
$100,000 per person.
$50,000.
Points, Jack. $110,000 per person.
Per person.
Yeah. 24-day adventure, 12 Disney parks, private jet, Pyramids of Giza, Eiffel Tower, VIP experience at each park, Disney accommodations.
Well, if you take your family on that vacation, you can say we're good forever now.
Yeah,
we're good. Like, this is all of your vacation.
And then some.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
And birthdays and Christmas.
Don't mess with me in heaven. I don't want to hear from you.
And when your teeth fall out, and when your teeth fall out, throw them in the river. I don't care.
So this is every park around the planet.
Every Disney park.
Okay.
So this is Shanghai, Hong Kong, Paris.
You said that, and I was like, oh, I mean, Epcot... It's got all of that. I was a little confused.
I got you.
Yeah, I know. It's all of the parks around the world.
Damn.
Not bad, right? If you've got the money.
Listen, just the private jet shuttle to 12 personal locations. I think that.
What would a private jet to Hong Kong run you?
$7,500. $7,500 to $10,000.
And then Paris. And then Shanghai.
I'm telling you, man. I mean,
and then Egypt.
You're probably leasing it for the month. That's probably going to cost you $50 right there.
So It's only 110 and you get all that? Only 110.
Look at
Says
you.
the woman who will never see.
I love the way you talk, Deb. I like it. Only 110.
So do I. Only 110?
How's that 2008 Tiburon?
It's a 2007, but thanks, dude.
I was complimenting. It looks like an 08.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
It's got new control arms.
Yeah, it does, and it's only got one cataract headlight.
Even the car has cataracts?
Even the car has cataracts.
My God.
But I got rid of the duct tape, so that's an improvement.
It is.
Either way, all y'all are officially woke, and Woke News is brought to you by Home Loans Radio and that mortgage guy, Don. Yeah, mortgage rates have gone up a bit in the last couple of months, but something else that's gone up a lot in the last couple of years is your home value. And that means you probably have more equity than you've ever had before, and now is a great time to tap into that hard-earned equity to maybe put in a new pool, considering how hot it is. Maybe add on to the house or just buy a gallon of gas. It's so easy. Just go to homeloansradio.com. Ask Don any mortgage question. Again, homeloansradio.com or thatmortgageguydon.com.
Thanks, Deb. 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. One of the most common pains in the ass that every human being within reason has experienced could be coming to an end. I'll tell you what that is as soon as we get back.
Ooh.
Real radio is Real Music Weekends. Real Music Weekends. This weekend on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by attorney Mo DeWitt. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. And this week is all about the steam heat with high temperatures ranging into the mid and even upper 90s. That's going to make it feel like it's between 105 and 107 degrees. There will be a lower chance for rain through Friday with about a 20 to 30% chance each afternoon. But this weekend, with the boundary approaching, our rain chances will go up. So be weather aware for any outdoor activities yet again. For the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. Pool season is here, but open roles got you underwater? Check out Indeed. Their powerful hiring platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 toward your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Summertime is a great time for a beautiful new fence from our friends over at Mossy Oak Fence. You know, custom one-of-a-kind designs. And if you can dream it, the team at Mossy Oak Fence can build it. Their skilled craftsmen are innovators, only using the very best materials. Mossy Oak Fence sets the standard when it comes to quality, and that quality is backed by the best warranty in the business. The experts at Mossy Oak are fence freaks. Freaks on quality and your satisfaction. Visit MossyOakFences.com, and as always, let the Mossy family protect your family today.
Welcome to Daytona Soccer Fest, the all-in-one soccer, music, cars, and much more 4th of July weekend spectacular. We're building a soccer stadium at Daytona International Speedway, and matches will be played there for the first time in history. Also, full concerts from Raul Alejandro and Chance the Rapper, Toyota Thrill Rides, and the World Freestyle Federation. Daily passes starting at $99. Get your tickets at DaytonaSoccerFest.com. For a limited time, buy one, get one free.
Gorgeous gaming, stunning streams, unbelievable bandwidth. It's another Lifestyles of Gagillionaires. Meet the AT&T Fiber customers winning at life with hyper-gig speeds. Meet Gagillionaire Terry. While his love of streaming horror movies has him constantly on the edge of his seat, his internet bill won't give him a scare.
Oh, don't go in there. I'm telling you.
Because since Terry upgraded to AT&T Fiber with hyper-gig speeds, he doesn't worry about data caps or equipment fees.
Come on, man. The door's open for a reason.
And best yet, he also doesn't stress about a price increase at 12 months, because with the amazing Gagillionaire lifestyle comes an exquisite sense of tranquility. Most of the time. Live like a Gagillionaire. Get straightforward pricing with AT&T Fiber. Internet that upgrades everything. No data caps, no equipment fees, and no price increase at 12 months.
Limited availability in select areas. Visit att.com/hypergig for details.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. The one who just thought about checking your phone. How about don't? The car is no place for multitasking. Trust me. That text can wait. Those notifications can go unchecked. Did you know that you can be stopped and ticketed in Florida for texting and driving? So put that phone down and focus on driving. This message brought to you by the Florida Department of Transportation.
I tend to second-guess dinners with friends because they're often interrupted by diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or oily stools. It turns out I have EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, which means I'm missing the enzymes needed to digest food. My doctor prescribed Creon, pancrelipase, an oral prescription medication that replaces pancreatic digestive enzymes. Creon treats EPI due to cystic fibrosis, chronic pancreatitis, pancreatectomy, or other conditions.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you're allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules, as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon.
Creon is the #1 prescribed EPI treatment. Ask your doctor about Creon for EPI and visit Creon.com or call 800-633-9110 to learn more. That's CREON.com.
Hello, this is Joe Cordell. Cordell & Cordell is a firm that practices family law exclusively. We focus on only one area of the law to maximize our strength and effectiveness as advocates for clients that have everything on the line: their homes, savings, and most importantly, their children. We're the partner our clients count on.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Orlando area attorneys. Office in Orlando. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. CordellCordell.com.
Tools Ace Hardware has the best brands in grills. No doubt the Big Green Egg is legendary for a reason. Amazing temperature control, amazing heat. It's unreal, guys. If you don't have one, you got to check them out. Tools Ace Hardware has all that and all the accessories you need. Smoking chips, all the wood you need, not to mention the rubs, the marinades, plus the classic Weber gas and charcoal grills, wood pellet fueled Traeger grills for that incredible flavor, and the best price for gas refills in all of Central Florida. Under $15 for a 20-pound tank, and that's all 20 pounds. Unlike those tank swaps that only give you 15 pounds, and they're actually more money. Right now, also the perfect time to save on fertilizer for your lawn for the spring. Large selection of Scotts fertilizers, plus Sunnyland fertilizers, and they're made for Florida lawn products ready for you right now. Tools Ace Hardware. Don't forget to pick up garden soil, potting mix, everything to make your yard beautiful. It's Tools Ace Hardware with 11 locations here in Central Florida. Chances are there's one near you. And remember, purchase online for in-store pickup, curbside, or even delivered to your home. It's toolsacehardware.com. Have information on a crime or suspicious activity?
Want to be anonymous? Say it here. It's that simple.
Call Crime Line 800-423-8477. 24/7.
Or visit crimeline.org, paid by CSTF.
Hey, you want to get a Big Green Egg? The best place to go by far is Wassie's Meat Market. They will deliver and set up the Big Green Egg for you, and they make it so easy. Follow them on Instagram. It's Wassie's Meat Market, or just go to their website, wassiesmeatmarket.com, to get your Big Green Egg today.
It's another winning Wednesday on our Instagram page at Real Radio 1041. The clock is running. Today, you could win a pair of tickets to see comedian Sal Volcano from Impractical Jokers at Hard Rock Live. Real Radio 1041 on Instagram is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. The Jim Colbert Show returns now on Real Radio 104.1.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. You can always text us at 77031. We are broadcasting live from the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. We're at Gateway, the Deep Space Launch Complex, and it is unbelievable. 50,000 square foot multi-level attraction. And guys, you guys did the ride today. By the way, welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well.
Yeah, we did the ride, and yeah, it was amazing.
So, as we were walking over today, they're trying to explain that it takes you through a number of different areas. You go to Mars, you go here, you go there. So, what's the idea?
So it's Spaceport USA. It represents basically, space exploration of the future, where you can go. It's kind of like the airport of the future, right? So they have 4 different trips you could go on. We did Cosmic Wonders, which is going into the deepest reaches of space. But what they do, it's so you're in this cinema dome, and you're strapped into your seat, but then the foot where your footing is, that drops out, so your feet are hanging, and they put you over into this dome. So
you feel like you're floating a little bit?
Everywhere you look, you just see that video screen.
Oh, yeah.
So you totally feel immersed in the video.
Wow, really?
So combined with the motion of it, it feels like you're actually moving, and you feel the breeze on you. You can do it. I believe in you.
We should try it.
So do they give you peyote beforehand? Or?
You don't need it. That's beautiful. This is a natural high.
I brought it with me.
Just in case.
Yeah. So the video, so the one we did was Cosmic Wonders, but they have 4 versions. There's one where you go to Mars. That's the red planet. So, you can ride it 4 different times and see 4 different things, which is
cool.
very neat.
Well, you guys check it out. Today's the opening day, and it was packed today. It's only open until 5. I think they're changing those hours soon to stay open until 6.
Summer hours?
Yeah, summer hours. So check that out again. It's KennedySpaceCenter.com. Get all your tickets and info right there. So before we left and went to break, I told you guys that one of the biggest pains in the ass of being an adult has come to it looks like it could be coming to an end in some cases. Now, if you are a driver, if you own a car, what's one of the worst things that could happen if you own a car?
Running out of gas.
Running out of gas is an answer, which I do about every 6 weeks.
Get out.
Just for levity.
Oh.
Your brake lights
Brake lights
go
being
out.
No, that isn't, but I know what that feels like.
AC not working.
Because that means you're riding dirty, dog.
Yeah, that also, that's happening now.
No.
Yeah,
Still?
Deb, you're the one who told me.
I know, but that was a few days ago.
It's a bulb change. It's a piece of cake. $2.
I think it was Monday.
It was Monday.
$2.
Yeah, I'm on it.
Nobody can see you stopping.
Wait. If your brake lights are out. Doesn't matter if you're not driving at night.
People can't
you
see
use
when
your
you're
brake
braking.
lights in the daytime too.
All right, so Jim, what's the one thing?
What do you think, Deb?
A tire blowout.
That is the answer.
Yeah.
A flat tire could be the thing of the past because it looks like this new tire that they're building have you guys seen the ones? Have you guys seen an airless tire before, where it's just the tread, and then you have like these little plastic spokes that go to the inside of you know the old bicycle wheels instead of the spokes, it was the 5 big plastic things. Imagine that on a much smaller level for a vehicle. This is what it looks like.
Oh, wow.
So that's on a Tesla Roadster that they've been testing on a racetrack, and they are showing some incredible possibilities with the airless tire. The only issues they're having is, and they said the tires with air will always have a space because there are certain things you just kind of need them for. But for daily travelers, like, for us commuters who don't use their cars for anything more than just getting back and forth, that these airless tires could become a thing. The only issue is, just out of curiosity, there's 2 things they're trying to solve with the airless tire. The performance is incredible. They say they perform as well as or even better than a tire with air because the tire stays flat and it doesn't roll like a tire with air would. What are the 2 things that they are trying to conquer before they send these things out to market? There's 2 things they do. One specifically that's kind of funny.
They melt.
They don't melt.
Oh, it makes a farting noise.
It doesn't make a farting noise, but noise is the answer.
Yeah.
So apparently as you're driving these things, 50, 60,
because
70,
of the wind.
The wind ripping in through these spokes makes a sound,
Which could be a fart, depending on what you've had.
Right on.
It makes a noticeable sound, but I think there's ways around that because you could put a thin plastic membrane over that would also flex with the tire as it's moving, but would not allow air to move in and out of there.
I would imagine cost would be the other one.
Vibration.
Oh.
So the thing with air tires is they vibrate them. These are composite plastics, so although they're good, to be spinning that many rotations that fast, it needs to be perfect. That's why you get your tires balanced so that they don't wobble when you're at high speeds. Same thing here. They just find it a little bit more difficult to do, and that's what they're trying to kind of narrow down. But these could be on the market sooner than you know.
Wow.
It doesn't say how. The only thing is it doesn't say how much. And this is Goodyear and Michelin. These are all the major companies are invested in this. And the other thing is they can be built with recycled materials.
Oh, there you go.
So it's even better. So it's kind of a cool thing. It's not a retread. That's another thing people are kind of getting freaked out about. Not a retread, but they are going to be making these things. And they can 3D print them even.
What a time to be alive.
Yeah. Simply amazing.
I'm going to print me a new tire.
Yeah, so check that out.
Out of recycled materials. What kind of rims are those? 24 Aquafinas?
Yeah.
I I tried them Dasani's. They just...
Yeah, I know. Dasani's weren't working for me.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, it's Dasani.
All right, 407-916-1041. Man, the first of our cavalcade of guests is coming up here today. Up next, we have Animal House. James Brooks is going to join us. He's the Spaceport Integration Officer here at the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. We'll find out what that's all about next with Animal House.
Willing to admit our preoccupation with short-term solutions in exchange for something shiny. Is that a new iPad? Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Heavy delays continue out of Polk County, eastbound I-4 between County Road 557 and 429. We're also solid between 417 and State Road 535. Westbound, a very slow ride between World Drive and Osceola Polk Line Road. And we're still seeing delays building between Sand Lake Road and Central Florida Parkway. See traffic problems? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's Breakfast Baconator. Don't let breakfast be boring when it could be better. Wendy's Breakfast Baconator will have you feeling sunny side up all day long. Wake up to fresh cracked eggs, savory sausage, and oven-baked bacon, of course. Order it and start looking forward to tomorrow morning at participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours only.
Man, inflation running high. Who knows when it will level out? Buy your windows right now at FAS Windows and Doors. Lock in your price. It'll never go up. They have the largest window and door showroom in all of Central Florida. 38 unique windows on display ready for you to operate. Plus, they have that impact-resistant glass, security, noise reduction, maximum efficiency. And as always, estimates are free at FAS Windows and Doors. They'll give you plenty of options as well. All their products have a lifetime warranty. And if you act right now, $55 per window, $95 per door of rebates. They're ready for you right now at FASWD.com.
Life is about showing up and about showing people you care. HCA Florida Healthcare helps you show up for your health and your families. Florida's largest care network makes healthcare easier, friendlier, and smarter. And we put you at the center of it all. HCA Florida Healthcare. We show up for you. Learn more at hcafloridahealthcare.com.
Save time and money with the vinyl fence in a box from Fence Outlet. It comes with everything you need to easily install it yourself with 0 down and 0% financing. Go to fenceoutlet.com today for more information and store locations. License number C-10252 and C-10803.
An official message from Medicare. Did you know Medicare.gov/care has information about healthcare providers in your area? At Medicare.gov/care, you can find and compare hospitals, doctors, nursing homes, and more. See detailed information on quality of care and how patients rate their experience. Visit Medicare.gov/care today. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
I'm Charles. I got a bad back injury when a truck crashed into my car. You know those lawyer ads. All they talk about are themselves and money, money, money. I wanted the best doctors for my back. I called attorney Glenn Clausman. He got me to really good doctors, and I'm doing great. Glenn was always available to talk to. He got me a great settlement and quicker than I thought possible. Car crash? Call Clausman at 407-917-1718. KLAUSMAN law.com.
Office, Winter Park.
You've trusted Cars for Kids with your car donations for over 2 decades. Now Cars for Kids can help with your property donations too. If you're spending money on a property you don't use or hassling with out-of-state properties, donate to Cars for Kids instead. It's simple and easy. They will take over all taxes, maintenance, and insurance obligations. Best of all, you'll receive a tax deduction for the full appraised value of your property. To donate, visit carsforkidsrealestate.org or call 877-CARS for Kids today to learn more. That's CARS with a K.
At Global Industrial, we make your business our business. We're problem solvers, budget savers, and deadline beaters. So, no matter what you want or where you need it, we have it in stock and ready to ship from our national distribution network. Global Industrial Network supplies businesses and industries in Florida with every product they need to keep their facilities running smoothly and efficiently. Visit globalindustrial.com/Florida to set up a meeting with your local rep today. Global Industrial, we can supply that.
Coming in at 5'3", it's #1 mom. She switched to Xfinity and got the all-new 3-for-1 bundle. Unlimited internet, streaming, and Xfinity Mobile. All for what you could pay wireless companies for just one 5G unlimited line. Boom! Shakalaka! That's why they call her the Master of Moolah, the Sultan of Savings, the Queen of Cash. And now, also with Xfinity Internet, you can get unlimited data, Wi-Fi equipment, and a free Flex 4K streaming box included with a 2-year rate guarantee and no term contract. All for just $30 per month when you add an Xfinity mobile plan at regular rates. Go to Xfinity.com/3for1, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit an Xfinity store today. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay. New fast internet 300 megabits per second customers only. Xfinity Mobile requires post-pay Xfinity Internet. After 24 months, regular rates apply to all services and devices.
Log on to SutherlandBuysCars.com and see how you can get $5,000 more for your trade.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind studio. Your accident, your future, your attorney. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or call pound 546 from your cell. You're listening to WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Now #1 for podcasting. We are an iHeartRadio station. This is the Jim Colbert Show. Also available on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. Just search The Jim Colbert Show.
Everybody, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. You can always text us at 77031. We are broadcasting live from the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex at Gateway, the Deep Space Launch Complex. Today is the opening day. It is friggin' amazing.
Yeah.
You want to come over and check it out, and it is included in your daily attraction cost, your entry fee. It's not an extra fee, so just come on back, enjoy it. Air conditioned, a cool ride that offers 4 different experiences, plus all the other cool stuff. I just took a picture of myself with the SpaceX booster that carried the Tesla Roadster into space right above me. So cool stuff. Come on out and check it out. We'll be here all day until 7. Thanks for dropping by. We do appreciate it. Welcome back. I am Jim. Jack and Ross are here. Deb has Animal House.
She likes them fuzzy, furry, feathery, tough, and scaly. It's time for Animal House with Deborah Roberts.
And as always, Animal House is generously brought to you each and every week by personal injury attorney Glenn Klausman of Klausman Law. We'll tell you how to get in touch with Glenn at the end of the segment, but now please join me in welcoming Mr. James Brooks with Spaceport Integration. Yay!
Thank you.
Hello, Mr. Brooks. How are you today?
Pretty good.
Yeah? We're going to get that microphone a little bit closer to you. Yeah, there we go. So, your duties, according to your bio, first and foremost, thank you for your service as a veteran, 3 tours of duty, and now you're here at the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. Your role sounds really fancy, Spaceport Integration, but what does that consist of when it comes to the wildlife and the Kennedy Space Center?
So NASA's mission, of course, is to launch rockets here at Kennedy Space Center. So the environmental management branch where I work, our mission is to support the launching of rockets and also protect wildlife.
That's got to be difficult to do, because if you've ever seen a launch and watched the Indian River, I mean, just the water vibrate. There's so many birds around here. So some of the best birding in the world. That's a hard bridge to try and get both sides together. Am I right?
It can be, but wildlife, they're very adaptive.
Right.
You wouldn't believe they adapt really quick.
What's been the most surprising thing that you've seen working with the wildlife around some of the biggest rockets on the face of the planet?
I believe like out at the beach, we were looking at, soil erosion and everything, and we looked up and there were like 5 sharks right there, like
just
10, 15 feet away from us, so that was pretty exciting.
Yeah, that doesn't sound.
Did you jump in the water?
You no longer swim at the beach now?
No.
Not a fan going in. Well, I got to think you got to dodge about 100 gators getting in here as well, because there's as you drive into the complex on the right, there's basically and on the left there's a moat, basically.
Yeah.
You constantly see giant gators. We know there's eagles that have lived out here for forever. What other wildlife do you see? I mean, obviously deer and stuff. Do you see wild hogs and bears and bobcats and?
All of the above.
Really?
All of the above.
Do you guys? I mean, are they territorial to this? Do they stay in this area, or so you guys kind of know them almost like characters?
Somewhat. We know where the bear is located. We know where to go find the eagles. We track them, and so again, Kennedy Space Center is an island. You know, it's a refuge, so all wildlife are protected. And I believe the wildlife know that. That's why they're constantly moving here.
Right. Well, you know, James, I wanted to know, are there any like special preparations done to go out and kind of shoo birds away from their nests when there's a launch coming up, or is there kind of, well, how is that handled? Because we always hear about bird strikes and airplanes. Obviously, you don't want to have any kind of contact with anything with a rocket going into space. So is there anything where you go out with air horns and chase everyone away?
Or is it just they hear a bunch of Brazilians and Germans and understand that's happening?
So days before, yes, ma'am. So days before, you know, the area is monitored, you know, and so if air horns are needed, then yes, air horns are used.
That's cool to know.
They do. They clear the area with air horns before they send them up.
Different methods, but that is one method, you know, to keep the birds away, to keep them safe.
So you do let the wildlife know when a launch is coming up?
Correct.
Well, you just make a really good neighbor, that's all. That's hard to find.
You can lease the apartment above me any day.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Hey, we're having a party. You might hear some noise.
I mean, that's a rarity right there.
If you want to come by, feel free.
What part of your job is, like, what's the most interesting part of your job that people maybe wouldn't think it would be, considering you're dealing with the balance of wildlife and then, of course, this facility?
The most interesting part working here,
just the unique aspect of that balance. It's got to offer something kind of interesting.
One day we may be focused on, you know, wildlife or something on a dune. The next day we're out in the scrub habitat working with the scrub jays. The next day we may be on an airboat, you know, somewhere.
So diversity, just the diversity of the work in general.
Correct.
Now, you are a biological scientist. Is this the career path that you saw?
Yes, when I sat down with my advisor, I wanted a path that had the least math possible.
Oh, you're my man, James. You're my man.
You found the only job out here that does that.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess you could be concessions, but even that has math.
He's surrounded by rocket scientists.
Literally. Literally.
I leave the math to them.
James, I did one of the tours back here back in the 80s. I remember that trek on the bus towards the VAB, and there was a giant eagle's nest out there. Is that eagle's nest still there? I mean, it's huge.
Size of a sofa.
School bus.
But I know one of the recent times they were talking about the tree itself that it was in was dying.
Correct.
Yeah.
The tree is dead.
Yeah.
The eagle nest partially is there.
Yeah.
It's declining.
Yeah.
Yeah, good job, Jack.
What?
Normally that's my job, Jack.
You made him sad, obviously.
Yeah. He's all sad.
I bummed out James.
Do any of the animals, like some of the more famous ones, they have to have names, right? Have you named a couple of these wildlife critters?
I have not, but I'm pretty sure our subject matter experts that work with the wildlife on a day-to-day basis, they have named some of the wildlife.
All right.
Wow, so subject matter experts. So do you oversee? Are you their boss?
Well, no. I consider I'm their counterpart. So
okay.
I work with the subject matter experts. You know, we have people that specialize in alligators. We have people specialize in eagles and manatees, you know, and we have people that specialize in the Florida scrub jay.
Right. So we have Florida scrub jays here?
Yes.
That is one of the rarest. There've been, state bird, I believe.
Huh.
Yes.
Well, I would opt out with the snakes out here. There's crazy snakes. So do you get to opt out? I mean, if they call up and say, "Hey, St. James over here, we have a pack of rattlers over by the."
So they can call me, and then I'm going to call someone else.
Yeah.
You're just the middleman there. I get it.
I don't suppose you're allowed to hunt out here, right?
So the Merritt Island Refuge does have a hunt program.
Really?
It's limited, you know. I believe it's a youth hunt that they have.
And is that to manage the population?
To help manage
of
the
kids?
population.
I agree with that, by the way.
Yeah. Let's take them out.
I want to hunt some youth. I've got about 4 of them. I'd like to send out there for possible targets.
So what do the youth hunt? What are they allowed to hunt out there?
It's in the north end of the center, not the secure area.
Okay, yeah. You definitely don't want to be with a weapon anywhere near the secure area. Yeah, that's a game of chicken you don't want to play.
How long have you been doing this?
4 years this month.
4 years.
Wow. Do you love it?
I do. I do.
Yeah?
You don't
it's
love his
those 10 sharks that really kind of like made you question your career path, did it?
No more swimming.
Yeah, right, exactly.
You can tell that shook him up. Like he doesn't even like talking about it, I'm going to be honest with you. He's not a fan. Look at him. He's nervous. He don't want to talk about them sharks.
How did the pandemic affect your job? Were you still working as much, or was it? I mean, what was the effect of the pandemic on your role here?
Or were animals just completely overrunning all of the launch pads?
So, pretty much, yes. So, the animals, like I said, they adapt quickly. They knew we were gone for a while, so they were like, hey, party time, But then work started picking back up. And so then the animals have moved into places where they normally wasn't, especially the wasp. So that was a big thing we had to watch for coming back to center, let everyone know, even the cars, hey,
right, yeah.
be cognizant of wasp everywhere.
Wow.
And we know that, like at the airport, deer have been a nuisance out there. Deer and hogs both become nuisances as planes try to land and take off. And they have to kind of clear them out occasionally. Do you guys have issues like that where there's a particular animal you have to control the population of?
Hogs.
Hogs. And how do you guys do that? You trap them and release them, or how do you?
The refuge oversees the hog population management.
So there comes in that hunting permit part.
Yeah, because I mean, those things are.
They're so destructive.
They're destructive, and their
dangerous.
Gestation period is short, and they have a lot of piglets at the same time. Yeah.
And car accidents, that's the big concern.
Really? Wow, that's crazy.
So that's kind of hunting.
Expensive way to hunt.
Yeah, exactly, for everybody.
Does anyone fish out here?
So recently, KSC did open up some areas for fishing, but it's for federal employees.
What? Oh, nice. Well, that's a cool perk.
Is Chris Christie here?
No, he'd be sitting on the beach, and that's where the sharks would be gathering. They're like, damn, look at that bunch.
I hate when these politicians open the beach just for themselves. I'm a tax-paying citizen. I want to fish for them big reds down there, too, with all them important people.
James is like, well, you're just SOL, my friend. I can't help you with
You
that.
have to give me a pass afterwards, James.
I got a third grader question, so I'm going to say it like a third grader. What's your favorite animal out here?
So many to choose from?
from?
I would have to go with the otters if there's otters around.
I would say the great blue heron.
The great
blue heron.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That's a sexy bird, right?
I think you had to shoot those in Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah.
Yeah, they call them.
James, do you play video games?
Are you a Red Dead guy?
With the kids, I do.
Yeah,
I'm familiar
Don't
with Red
say
Dead.
that. Don't
I'm
you
familiar.
dare. Don't you dare try to back out of being a gamer by saying you only do it with your kids. What is that? What is that?
That's that truth right there.
Get out of here.
See, so as soon as you sat down, you realized math was never going to be your problem here.
What makes the great blue heron, on top of that list for you? Is it just a stunning bird? Is there something fascinating that they do?
My favorite color is blue.
All right.
There you go.
So,
And they're a majestic bird. They really are.
correct.
And they're fun to watch hunt, and they're,
Yeah, they're tall, and you can notice them from a distance.
Yeah, that's true.
Are you a pet guy? Do you have pets?
I do not.
You don't have
I
pets?
do not have pets at this time.
Is that because of the work that you do? You get enough animal stuff here that when you get home, you just don't want to have to deal?
No,
Or you
I
have
would,
children?
I would love a dog, but I would need to fence in my yard.
Right.
And I have 5 acres, so.
Oh, that's a lot of fence.
Yeah, that's
Buddy,
a lot of fence.
We're in Florida. We don't bother with that. See, here in Florida, you just let your dog roam aimlessly and then possibly eat a 2-year-old. That's how we do it here. I mean, you're from Alabama. You understand.
I am from Alabama. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
Hey, Roll Tide. There we go.
You're an Auburn guy. You can't say that. Get out of here. Hey, we're here with James Brook. He is the spaceport integration. Is it specialist? Is that what it is? Officer, or is it?
Expert. Let's just go with expert, James.
Expert.
There
There we go. That
today.
works with you? Okay.
So let's say you move on from Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. You stretch out your wings and kind of move on. What would be next from here? Like, where would you take this experience and move to?
Like a great blue heron, where would be your next landing spot?
After this,
where would you like to apply this knowledge that you get? Is there another aspiration, maybe
like a zoo
director or something like that, or
Rockstar Games?
Honestly, the work here, I've worked environmental over at Eglin Air Force Base previous, but here I don't know if you can top Kennedy Space Center. It's just,
Really?
Bravo, because that's what
we
your
hear that
bosses
from
wanted
everybody,
to hear.
but we hear that from everybody who works at the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex.
And that's unique because, Eglon's in a really interesting part of the state. I mean, you're up there in the Panhandle, some of those beautiful beaches we have to offer is up there, and that is such an expansive piece of property up there. I mean, to manage that wildlife on that, it looks like a third of the Panhandle is what it looks like.
3 counties and over 400,000 acres.
It's unbelievably big.
Well, I had no idea it was that big, but still, they don't have rockets, right?
They do not have rockets.
They don't have rockets.
The chunk of land here, from Merritt Island right over to the coast, where, the shark-ridden coast, but there's no tourists coming here.
No.
I mean, this is pristine land, and it's just where nature meets technology. It's just that dichotomy is so interesting.
Well, James, is there anything that, if you could tell visitors that are coming to the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex, if there was a request that you had, like don't throw your garbage out your car window, since you are the guy that takes care of the wildlife, what would that request be?
Do not feed the wildlife.
Yeah.
Do not feed the wildlife.
Yeah, it's dumb. You can't do that.
Yeah, you sign their death warrant when you do, especially the alligators.
Well, James, man, listen, I can't thank you enough for dropping by and spending some time with us.
Yeah. James Brooks.
Thank you for having me.
Spaceport integration expert.
Sorry about the eagle's nest and the trade.
And the sharks.
Maybe you can fix it by the time we return.
Not like you have anything else to do.
I've got some duct tape. I'll get to you. Thanks again, James. We appreciate
Thanks,
it.
James.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. And like I said, as always, Animal House is brought to you by personal injury attorney Glenn Klausman of Klausman Law. So if you or someone you know and love have been in a car, truck, or even a motorcycle accident, they need to call Klausman Law. And here's just a couple of reasons why. One, Glenn will never pass you off to a caseworker. He will personally handle your case, so much so he'll give you his personal cell phone number and then pick it up when you call. Just a couple of reasons why he's voted super lawyer and legal elite year after year. He's also an animal lover and a true friend of the show. So again, if you've been in an accident, call the best, Glenn Klausman, 407-917-1718, or check him out online at klausmanlaw.com. That's KLAUSMAN law.com.
Thanks, Deb. 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Next up, Bruce Melnick. He's an actual NASA astronaut.
Ooh.
If you can believe it, STS-41 and STS-49. We'll learn all about what his deal is right after this.
It's back. The second annual Orlando Fringe Digi-Fringe Theater Festival, now through the 17th. Tickets available at orlandofringe.org.
From the Klausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Klausman Law. klausmanlaw.com.
We're still looking at stop-and-go traffic coming in from Polk County eastbound on I-4 between County Road 557 and 429, and also between 417 and State Road 535. It's a solid ride westbound, too, between World Drive and Osceola Polk Line Road. Still seeing delays, too, between Sand Lake Road and Central Florida Parkway. See traffic problems? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Wawa How You Wanna. At Wawa, they have you covered with delivery, curbside, and order ahead options in the Wawa app. No matter what your day looks like, Wawa How You Wanna. Download the Wawa app today.
Man, are you still in contacts or glasses? It's 2022 and time to level up your vision. The team over at the Filatowski Eye Institute uses the latest state-of-the-art technology in vision correction surgery, and they happen to be one of the leaders in Central Florida in vision correction surgery. Find out if you're a candidate today. It's so easy. Just text 1041 to the number 868686. Schedule that consultation right now. And if money's a concern, don't stress. The Filatowski Eye Institute offers 24-month interest-free financing. Learn more today, man. Just text 1041 to 868686 and schedule your consultation today.
This hour of talk is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.
Make this the year you go to our iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Right now, Capital One cardholders get first dibs on tickets to our 2022 iHeartRadio Music Festival. Only available while supplies last, or until Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern. So don't miss it. Plus, add a Capital One Access Pass to your purchase to attend a VIP event with a private performance from Avril Lavigne. Only available during the cardholder presale.
Presale tickets are limited and will go fast at iHeartRadio.com/Capital One.
We buy any car. We buy any car. We buy any car. Any
Did you know trading in your car at a dealer could cost you money? A recent study found consumers who trade in their car pay an average of $990 more. So don't trade in. Sell it to We Buy Any Car. Learn more and get your free online valuation now at WeBuyAnyCar.com.
Find out how much your car's worth at We Buy Any Car.
Man, when the big box stores wanted to partner up with a bathroom remodeling company, they chose Rebath. Here's why. Stellar reputation, not to mention they've been in the residential bathroom remodeling business since 1991, 31 years of experience. Plus, Rebath has the proper insurances, the proper license. They're dependable. They have standards of performance, not to mention they're owned and run by one of the nicest people you'll ever meet. Dave Denbauer's a great guy, not to mention his son runs it with him. Awesome guy. These guys only want you to have a beautiful bathroom. That's why the big box stores decided to start doing business with Rebath. You can as well. And when you see their showroom, it's on 436 in Altamont, right across from Kobe. Very easy to find. You're going to see some models set up. And those models are just to show you some of the designs and the products they have. Every bathroom at Rebath is a custom bathroom installed in just 4 to 6 days using their employees. That means no subcontractors. You're going to see the same people in your job every single day. When it's all said and done, not only do you get that beautiful bathroom that's going to last you forever, you get a lifetime guarantee on the products and the installation. Ask a contractor for a guarantee on the installation of anything. It's unheard of. That's one of the many reasons these guys are number one in Orlando. Drop by their website, rebathmidfla.com. Look at the before and afters. Amazing work they've done for people here in the city. They can do that same thing for you. Book your appointment today. Again, it's rebathmidfla.com.
Carl puts it into the back of the net. Goal, Orlando City.
After 2 weeks off for the international break, Orlando City returns home on Saturday night as the Lions take on Houston on June 18th at 7:30 p.m. Presented by Disney Cruise Lines. Tune in on FM 96.9 The Game, watch on Fox 35 Plus, and stream on the Lion Nation app. The Disney Wish, the newest ship from Disney Cruise Line, brings the spectacular worlds of beloved characters from Disney, Marvel, Star Wars, and Pixar to life like never before. Sailing summer 2022.
You've heard the phrase, too good to be true. We know that thousands of people just like you get that feeling when they receive an offer online to purchase their vehicle, only to find out it was too good to be true. But when you receive an offer to purchase your vehicle from AutoBuy, you always get the max. Never a bait and switch. And you get paid on the spot. That's why we are Google's #1 rated car buying company in the nation. We make it fast and easy to sell your car, truck, SUV, or boat. If it has wheels, we'll buy it. Don't get misleading offers. Go to WePayTheMax.com. That's WePayTheMax.com.
O'Reilly. Restore shine and protect your interior with Armor All cleaning and protectant wipes at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Right now, buy 2 canisters of Armor All wipes and get 1 free. Plus, you'll earn double O Rewards points. Clean, shine, and protect with Armor All wipes available at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts or shop online at O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
On Season 2 of the Queen of the Con podcast, you'll meet Lizzie Mulder, a woman so desperate to join Laguna Beach's champagne-swilling inner circle, she starts swindling people's life savings. Will she get caught for her brazen con?
She was using voice disguising technology where she would call people with a voice like as a male.
Listen to Queen of the Con, the OC Savior on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Bloomberg Crypto is the new daily podcast from Bloomberg and iHeartRadio that tackles everything from Bitcoin to Bored Apes. Each weekday, Bloomberg reporters and experts from every corner of the industry discuss the latest in cryptocurrencies and explore how it impacts our lives, our politics, and our culture.
How many machines would I need to buy, not that I will, to kind of mine Bitcoin effectively?
Like tens of thousands of machines.
Tens of thousands. That's way more than I was expecting.
Listen to Bloomberg Crypto on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Divorce? Call Trindley and Kramer, TK Law, onefirmforlife.com.
The Jim Colbert Show returns now on Real Radio 104.1.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041 to call us. You can text us easily at 77031. Welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
So is Jackson.
Hey.
Ross is down there. Ah, yeah. And we are continuing on with the Superstars as we broadcast live from the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. We're at Gateway, which is the Deep Space Launch Complex. And what better person to be talking to in a place like this? You guys give it up for Bruce Melnick. He is the Director of Operational Excellence. He's also a member of 2 shuttle crews, STS-41 and STS-49 as an astronaut. Welcome to the show, Bruce.
Oh, thanks, Jim. Fun to be here.
Yeah, man, it is. And, so let's go over your job here first, and we get into some of the other stuff. Director of Operational Excellence.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. I get to walk around and see things that might not be exactly, close to what it's like in space, but they've done a great job here. But my main job is to make sure that we have an astronaut here every day for our astronaut encounter and to visit with all the guests that come on board. So we have an astronaut here 363 days a year. We miss Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Do they run up and hug you like Jim did?
I thought that was you, Deb.
Bruce.
May I suggest Dr. Filatowski?
So you're the first U.S. Coast Guard's astronaut.
Right.
And that actually is kind of odd. You'd think most of them come from the Air Force, right?
Navy.
A lot of people think that, and even though a lot of the original 7 were naval test pilots, so Naval Academy, Air Force Academy, or those services, they have the premier test pilot schools. And it wasn't until we started flying the space shuttle, or actually building the space shuttle, that NASA opened up their selection process to cover people more than just the Air Force, Navy, Marine Corps test pilot schools. And I actually applied for the first shuttle program in 1977, and I was so sharp it only took me 10 years to get in, and finally I got picked in 1987.
So interestingly,
I'm still waiting.
You think with the experimental space flight that you would have a difficult time finding people who would want to possibly take the chance of doing that, as opposed to people who want to be the first to do it. With you, what was it?
Oh, I remember where I was when Alan Shepard splashed down in 1961. God. I was in the 6th grade, and that was the first time I thought about how cool would that be to fly in space. And I went on through my Coast Guard career. I ended up doing some pretty rescues that were demanding up in Alaska, and got a couple distinguished flying crosses, and then I started test flying the Coast Guard's new helicopter, and it's just the next step after the next step, and I kept filling up my resume, and I wasn't going to quit. So 10 years later, NASA, I guess, got tired of my application coming in every year and tried me out.
So basically this was just the next logical step for you as a pilot.
Well, it wasn't logical because, as you well know, I mean, even this last class, there was something like 18,000 applicants and only 10 people were picked.
Wow.
Yeah.
Even back when I got selected, there was almost 5,000 applicants, and they picked 15 of us. So.
No, just out of curiosity, I mean, so you'll say there's 10,000 and you get picked out of, there's 6 or 7 or 8 or 10 or whatever, they get picked out of that. Yeah. What are they looking for? What separated you from the rest of them?
Well, other than being charming and, having a good sense of humor, they're looking, there's standards. There's the educational background they need, but the main thing that people don't realize is they're not looking for a scholar, a full-time scholar. They're looking for people that not only have the right education so that they can absorb all these different disciplines when they're in space, because you never know what you're going to do, what kind of experiment you're going to do. But they want someone that's been observed under pressure, someone that's been able to perform under pressure, or someone that's been totally creative, a real think-out-of-the-box kind of people. So you can't do that right out of college. You have to have some kind of a background where you've proven that you can be successful.
And that's what I wanted to ask you about, because, the Coast Guard, I don't think they get enough cred, because all you have to do is see some of those rescues that y'all have to do in Alaska where the ship is above the helicopter and then you switch places.
Oh, yeah.
To see the video of that and to know that you actually received medals for some of those rescues means that had to be something above and beyond what we've seen on TV. Do you think that's part of what also helped prepare you to be an astronaut when you go through rescues like that?
Well, I'm sure it did. I mean, that was part of the, he probably performed fairly well under stress. But all the services are tremendous in their own right. But we go out and fly when nobody else should be out there. Rescuing people that shouldn't have been out there in the first place.
Exactly.
You should. You know what you should do when you pull them up there? You should go. You don't watch. What are you doing?
Yeah.
I got a
Back
family.
in the drink.
I got a family. I'm about hovering in a Chinook over the North Atlantic.
Yeah.
Got 40-foot waves and massive. Get out of here. Ross got a question for Bruce?
Yeah. So every time, we go into space, there's always a ton of firsts. The first time, I remember seeing the golf club get swung on the moon, and I'm like, oh, that's probably the first and last time we're doing that.
Somebody brought a corned beef sandwich once?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. Did you have a bunch of firsts? And follow-up question, what first did you wish you had?
Okay, well, first of all, I was the first Coast Guard astronaut, so that was the first day. And then on my second flight, our primary mission, it was the very first flight of Endeavour, so we were doing the Endeavour test flight as well as everything else, and I actually got to watch Endeavour being built out in California.
Wow.
Which was really an experience to start with. But on that flight, our primary mission was to grab a satellite. And you remember, we're traveling up there at 17,500 miles an hour.
Or like me on my way to work.
Yeah, there you go. But here's a satellite that was in the wrong orbit. It was launched on an unmanned rocket, and we were to go up and grab the satellite. I was operating the arm with an astronaut on the end of the arm who was going to grab this satellite. And the bar that was supposed to grab the satellite failed to work. It wouldn't grab this 9,000-pound satellite that he was supposed to grab. So we were scratching our heads, and I realized that we had the makings of 3 full EVA suits on board the shuttle Endeavour.
EVA?
EVA, extravehicular activity, spacewalk.
Oh, spacewalk.
Yeah, spacewalk. And so anyway, I said, we got 3 suits. Why don't we send 3 people outside? And we scratched our heads. The ground said, no, you can't do that. It's never been done before.
Of course
The airlock will only handle 2 people, the communication system. But anyway, we won that battle, and then next day they said, okay, you can go do that. And that's the first and only time in the history of human space flight that there's been 3 astronauts, cosmonauts, whatever you want to call them, outside the spaceship at the same time. So that was a real first.
Wow. Trying to catch the satellite?
Yeah, what we did was we ended up, Dan Brandenstein, the commander, maneuvered Endeavour so well that the 3 astronauts were able to grab it at once, and then two of them held on to it while I had the arm with Pierre on the end of it, and he went underneath and was able to attach that capture bar to the bottom of it, which is what we had to do in order to put it on top of the new motor that we brought up.
Never complain about any weekend project you ever have to do again.
Do you understand that you just became a redneck god? Let me tell you, that boy just took that thing with his hand, set it down on that motor, man. Everything was fine. You just became a redneck god. You don't even know this. When you go out there, you're going to have people worshiping you.
What was the part that failed? It was that Canada arm?
No. Well, I'll tell you a story about that.
The arm was just a little too left.
That's pretty good. I like that.
No, the arm was actually probably in a waiting room waiting for an arm. There's 6 months in a waiting room for an arm broken.
But your third question about was there any first that I wish I got to do?
Yeah, because there's plenty. I would love to be like the first person to eat a hot dog in space or something.
Oh, I don't know about that, but there's. Well, I know Don Thomas was the first one to eat a pizza up there, so that's a first for him.
I'm jealous of Mr. Thomas.
But I on my first flight, I had trained to do a spacewalk, EVA, and because we didn't have a mission to do that, we always train for one in case we can't close the payload bay doors or something like that. I didn't get to go out. Well, on my second flight, Dan Brandenstein, the commander, who was the chief of the astronaut office, he got to select himself for the flight. He wanted to go on this Endeavour mission. And he called me up and said, Bruce, how'd you like to go with me on STS-49, first flight of Endeavour? I said, yes, sir, I'll get to do my first spacewalk. He said, well, I got good news and bad news. He said, we're going to do a lot of spacewalks, and I've already got other people out, that I want to do that. He said, but I want to have a Coast Guard helicopter pilot on the Canadian arm to drive the arm, because we might run into trouble and we might need to put it in place that's never been before. And flying the arm is very similar to flying a helicopter, and so it really paid off.
Wow.
Unbelievable, man.
So my wish was to do a spacewalk, and I never got to do one.
Okay, that is so awesome.
So all the astronauts that you know, I mean, that's a pretty brave stuff. I mean, is there one astronaut that you know that stands out among them? Like, like the old days, I think, you look at, guys like Buzz to stand out because Buzz is Buzz is Buzz.
You don't even have to say anything more than that, man.
Ed, who is Ed? Your friend Ed.
Oh,
yeah. But is there one astronaut that stands out as a somebody to you that you're like, man, that guy?
Yeah, there's one of each kind, meaning John Young is my all-time hero.
Okay.
He flew 6 times. He flew twice on Gemini, twice on Apollo, walked on the moon. Then he flew as the commander of the first space shuttle mission. And he is my hero, and he is so down. You talk about just a good old boy, John Young Avenue over in Orlando. I mean, hey, Sonny, what are you doing there? I mean, he's just really my hero, just so technically perfect. And then on the mission specialist side, how do you beat Story Musgrave? 6 flights. If you haven't heard any stories, I mean, he's got like 8 or 9. I might be even slighting him. PhDs. He's flown six space shuttle missions. He got in the program back early on. You had to learn how to fly the T-38, even if you weren't a pilot. He's got more T-38 hours than any astronaut, I think, that's ever flown.
9 PhDs?
Yeah, 8 or 9. It's not. He's got at least 8 degrees. They might not all be PhDs. But
Bruce, I remember in the 90s, I was working at a bar and coming home, putting on NASA Select overnight and watching the Hubble repair. And it was Story just out there. And you're just watching. And it's
like a handyman.
Everything is in slow motion. It takes like an hour to just get the socket and to do that. But I just remember
slow.
And just amazing that I'm watching on television something happening, a repair that they're doing in space. It was just so mind-blowing.
As they're going 17,000 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Let me put that in perspective, too. A lot of people, 17,500 miles an hour. That's a big number. It's 25 times the speed of sound, almost 5 miles a second. But when I tell you that a common rifle bullet, I'm a hunter, and a common rifle bullet travels at 2,500 feet per second. When we were flying in the shuttle, we were flying at 25,000 feet per second, so 10 times faster than a rifle bullet.
Wow.
And you don't even feel like you're moving. It's awesome.
That's insane. Now, we were talking a little bit during the break right before we came on about the effects of space flight and space travel on your body. It gets spoken about a lot. Mostly, from what I understand or what I remember, is it's usually the G-forces on takeoff. That's the stuff that gets popularized in movies.
Sure.
Matter of fact, even with this Top Gun movie that's just out right now, they talk about the G-forces. That's the big thing.
Yep.
But you were talking about some other things that people really never talk about with your eyesight and your equilibrium.
Yes. Yeah. It's people. And I think I mentioned it earlier, that anyone that's been in 3 or 4 days in space and tell you that they never felt a little bit ill, I think they're not really telling you the whole truth, because you go through such a physiological change, and the very first thing you notice when you get up on orbit is your inner ear doesn't work anymore, because it needs gravity to let the fluid flow on the cilia in your inner ears.
Right.
So when you get up there and you move your head, your eyes move with your head when you're on the ground. When you're up in space, your eyes don't move with your head until they catch up a little bit later.
You're kidding.
And that's why when you see astronauts up in space, you talk about seeing them slow. You see them slowly moving, keeping their head, kind of glued to their shoulders. Okay, so you got that going for you. And then when you're standing on Earth here, if you're like 6 feet tall, the hydrostatic pressure, just because you're 70% water, the hydrostatic or fluid pressure in your lower extremities, your legs, is maybe an atmosphere less than it is in your head, and that helps you stand erect.
Sure.
And gravity pull, just like the depth of the ocean.
Absolutely.
You get up in 0G, and all that fluid says, I don't need to be here anymore. So now that fluid's trying to get out of your body, and it fills all your sinus cavities. You have to urinate a lot, and before you know it, your face gets all puffy, you have sinus headaches, and you have little bird legs. Matter of fact, we call it moon face and bird legs for the first couple of days in space.
Do you really? Now, is this something that do other astronauts tell the next crew before they go into space?
It's a common known. It's just the cost of doing business.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, after the first couple of days when that's really taken effect, every female astronaut that I know of has always taken a picture of her legs when she was up there in space after all the fluid shift came out of her legs.
Yeah, I think she'd be taking photos of her boobs. Going, finally, it landed where I wanted it to.
Hey, we're talking to Bruce Melnick. You can actually see Bruce out here at the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. He's the Director of Operational Excellence. He walks around and helps you meet astronauts and answer questions just like this, like from everyday people.
Okay, can I ask the question?
Go ahead.
Here we go.
You know it's coming, right?
It's a 50-50 chance. I know of one of two that you might be asking.
UAP, unidentified aerial phenomena.
Yeah. That was the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's leave it at that one. I know what the other one is. I don't want to deal with it.
Oh, I do.
I haven't seen any.
You didn't? Okay.
I haven't. And, but there's so much documentation now. And all I do is, you look around here and you look at, the number, the trillions of stars that we can see. And every one of those stars has probably got planets around it. And then you look at the trillions of galaxies that the Hubble Space Telescope has seen.
And now the James Webb.
And then James Webb. But even Hubble, they looked for a spot in the sky that there wasn't anything a few years ago. And it was the size of a grain of sand if you held your arm out. And that was how small the hole in the stars was for Hubble to look through. And it looked through that hole, and all it saw was trillions of more galaxies.
Right, yeah.
So if you think that every one of those stars out there probably has planets around it, that we're the only
That'd be silly.
significant, it'd be silly.
Yeah,
can't happen.
The height of hubris to think that.
One of the things coming in today, obviously the James Webb made news the other day because it was damaged slightly by a piece of
micrometeorite.
Yep, already.
But they knew it was coming.
Well, it's under warranty, right?
Yeah, they kept the receipt. They got it right there. It's going to be easy.
Still have the packing carton at home.
Yeah. I'll just take a store card.
Yeah, exactly.
I think everybody assumes that people in facilities of this nature and have a different understanding of what's really out there, and maybe the masses you can't really compute it. Just can't. Is James Webb going to show us truths that we maybe aren't ready for? Do you think? What's the inside talk with this thing?
It's supposed to be out there looking beyond where we've ever seen before, and we don't know if the universe is infinite. We think it's still expanding. So, and James Webb thinks that it can keep on going, looking out to almost infinity. So who knows what it's going to find? It just gives me goosebumps.
Same here.
People around here just have to be absolutely, because I know that they just, I have a story a little bit later. They are opening that up. I think 29th is the first time they're going to have people that you can invite to see the first images from James Webb before they release them in September. So that's happening. And obviously they know just the very first images that were still not dialed in were so much better than what we got from the first shuttle. But anyway, one last thing before we get out of here, because we're way late already.
Okay.
I did want to ask you, how long after launch do you guys start working? Like once you reach orbit, is there a decompression time? Like, oh my God, we got past that, or do you immediately start working?
Okay, first of all, when we were flying the space shuttle, we always sleep shifted based on what time we were going to take off. So even if you're going to take off at 3 o'clock in the morning, we'd shift so that it was like we were getting up at our normal wake-up time. The crew quarters over here, they've got all the lights to make you think it's daytime, black it out to where you think it's nighttime, so that regardless of what time you took off, you got up there to hit the ground running at the start of a workday. Because you get up, you eat breakfast, you put your suit on, you go fly, regardless of what time of day it is. On my first flight, and this is back in the old days, one of the upper stages that we used to propel the upper stages were called inertial upper stage, IUSs. Great big rocket engine to take my first flight. We sent Ulysses on its way to the sun, but it had to go to Jupiter to get a polar assist, or Jupiter to get an assist to go around the poles of the sun. Anyway, those IUSs were built to where we launched them 6 hours after we took off. And that was how we hit the ground running. You get up there, you open the payload bay doors, you deploy the radiator so you start cooling things down, and then you get ready to go ahead and kick that satellite out. So you hit the ground running.
Yeah, there's no time to waste. You have limited time, so you have to maximize every minute you have up there, right?
That's so cool.
Yeah, there's no idle time.
Going around Jupiter to get an assist to the sun.
Man, listen, I could talk to you for the rest of the day. I just think you're fascinating. Yeah, one last question.
One word answer. Favorite space movie?
Oh, yeah.
You don't want to hear it.
Yes.
Yeah, we do.
Yes.
You're right, I do not.
No, but you may don't.
For fun or for real?
Both.
Okay, no. I like The Martian, because there's a lot of technical stuff, but the book was so much better than the movie for the technical aspects. But my favorite is Space Cowboys.
Let's go.
I loved it. I loved it.
Because there's hope you could go again, right?
Exactly.
Yes.
And I'd go.
It's hope.
I
Everyone
would go.
needs hope.
Spacewalk in.
Yeah.
Hey.
You guys give it up, Bruce.
Woo!
Awesome. Thanks so much, buddy. We really
my
appreciate your
pleasure.
time. Come out here to the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. You can see Bruce walking around. He's out here. He's part of the team here, integrating you into the property, making sure you have the best possible experience, and of course, the possibility to meet somebody who's actually done it.
Been in space,
Thanks,
man.
Jim.
Thanks so much, man. We really appreciate it.
Good.
All right,
Good.
407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. More of the Jim Colbert Show right after this.
You text us at 77031 and we say it on the air. Sometimes. We might even give you credit. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. And we are looking at some serious heat here through the weekend. Tonight down to 77, an early thunderstorm. Tomorrow the high 96, just a 20% chance of a storm tomorrow. Dry on Friday with 97. Then on Saturday the high 99 degrees. That's when we start to see storm chances becoming likely Saturday evening. Then again on Sunday, that's ahead of some cooler air with 80s making an appearance for at least the beginning of next week. For the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by Wawa How You Wanna. At Wawa, they have you covered with delivery, curbside, and order ahead options in the Wawa app. No matter what your day looks like, Wawa How You Wanna. Download the Wawa app today.
Man, I am so absolutely happy that I have Mills Air on my side. Just last week, had to call these guys up because my bedroom felt a little clammy and came right out, found the bad problem, fixed it immediately. 30 years of experience in keeping you cool. Their techs are awesome. They know the problems. They find them immediately, and it doesn't even matter what kind of AC you have. But if you do need a new one, they're Carrier Factory authorized dealers. That can get you up to $1,275 in rebates towards a brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier and certainly turn to the experts over at Mills Air. Family owned and operated, ready to help you right now. Schedule your appointment. 407-277-1159. You can make it online at millsair.com.
A bounce check can be expensive. Why risk it when an Amscot cash advance could cost a lot less? Up to $500 on the spot with no credit check, and it won't hurt your credit rating. Amscot. Some restrictions apply.
It's official. Tijuana Flats now has carnitas. Try our new Queso Blanco Carnitas Chimichanga, Spicy Habanero Carnitas Burrito, and Chipotle Barbecue Pork Tacos. Order now at TijuanaFlats.com.
And inflation running high. Who knows when it will level out? Buy your windows right now at FAS Windows and Doors. Lock in your price. It'll never go up. They have the largest window and door showroom in all of Central Florida. 38 unique windows on display ready for you to operate. Plus, they have that impact-resistant glass, security, noise reduction, maximum efficiency. And as always, estimates are free at FAS Windows and Doors. They'll give you plenty of options as well. All their products have a lifetime warranty, and if you act right now, $55 per window, $95 per door of rebates. They're ready for you right now at FASWD.com.
Meet Allison, teammate at Truist Bank. Hi. She was born to care, and she always had your back. You could say that. Like that time back in the mid-'80s when she spotted Stacy Kaminsky with her new perm, and a car was coming, about to hit a puddle. So Allison jumps in front of the splash, just in time to protect Stacy's fresh curls.
Look, I had to do it. A wet perm just doesn't work.
Today, Allison's a teammate at Truist, the bank that starts with care. When you start with care, you get a different kind of bank. Learn more at truist.com/care. Truist Bank, member FDIC.
Culver's could have only started in Wisconsin. Just ask our team member Marcus.
Let's just say you can take the restaurants out of America's Dairyland, but you can't take America's Dairyland out of the restaurants. Like the real Wisconsin cheese on our juicy butter burgers, the farm fresh dairy in our fresh frozen custard, even our crispy golden Wisconsin cheese curds. It may sound cheesy, but we love where we come from at Culver's.
Almost as much as we love sharing it with our guests. Welcome to Delicious. Another reason Culver's could have only started in Wisconsin. Let our team member Anna tell you why.
People always say Culver's food tastes homemade, but that's also because our menu is like basically homegrown. Cooked to order butter burgers and rich, creamy, fresh frozen custard, two of Wisconsin's favorite traditions. Same goes for our perfectly melty cheese curds and Culver's new Wisconsin Big Cheese Pub Burger.
It's delicious.
Available for a limited time. I mean, could it get more Wisconsin-y than all that?
Stop in and let's make our traditions your tradition. Welcome to Delicious.
My husband keeps asking to get an old van we could renovate and live in.
Hashtag van life.
But I'm perfectly happy with my Pacifica. It has available screens mounted in seat backs for the kiddos.
I want to build storage compartments everywhere.
Right. It's called Stow and Go seating. Available in the Pacifica, you can fold the seats into the floor or just have perfectly designed hidden storage compartments.
Hey, I'm a van life dreamer.
And I live in the real world. The Chrysler Pacifica. It's the van life for real life.
Second row Stow and Go, not available in Pinnacle or hybrid models.
Car crash? Call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show, also available to watch, if you're into that kind of thing, at The Jim Colbert Show on Twitch.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Thanks so much for tuning in today. We appreciate that very much. Have some more great interviews coming up. Big thank you to Bruce Melnick. Man, oh man. You know, I was just saying as he got up and left, he just kind of walked out the exit door into the park. And I'm like, that shouldn't happen. Like, if you fly a space shuttle, if you're an astronaut, somebody should follow you around and always tell people, hey, this guy flew a shuttle. I mean, like, you could go through kids right now, 30 and under, 25, and they could name every social media influencer out there. This guy's a true American hero.
He's an astronaut.
And he's anonymous. That guy will walk through this park anonymous all day long. Like, nobody will know. That guy fished in space with 3 astronauts as bait. That guy had 3 astronauts on a stick, hand catching a satellite. Do you understand that? Hand catching a satellite to fix it.
I got
that is unbelievable. Nobody
Did you chase him down?
I got his phone number.
Listen, you need to
Did
stop.
you really?
I got his phone number.
This new Ross, I do not care for.
No, you did
By the
not.
way, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. I'm Jim, Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well. This new thing of you, I don't care for it. I've created a monster.
I like it.
Do. So you really got his number?
Yeah, I got his number.
Why'd you get his number?
You know why?
Hey, I'm bringing my mom here next week, and I really like her to meet you. I don't know. I think maybe you could be my new stepdad.
Yeah. You know what was my favorite part about getting his phone number? So I put in his first name, right? I have an iPhone, first name, last name, and then company. I wrote Astronaut. And it was a real surreal moment.
Yeah. Is he immediately the most famous person in your phone?
I mean, it's him and Mike Leinbach. You know, like, it's him and Jim Jeffries.
Right.
Those are all my famous phone numbers.
That's amazing. You know, people are walking around here. By the way, we're broadcasting live from the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. We're here at Gateway.
Their brand new attraction.
Absolutely brand new. Deep Space Launch Complex. Simply amazing. People walking around with their jaws hanging open. There's a ride with 4 different immersive experiences, plus tons of stuff to look at. And this astronaut who did all the stuff I just said said his thank yous, and they just walked out the exit door into the nether. No big deal.
Well, that's after Ross chased him down.
Nobody knew who he was. And then, of course, Ross haranguing him for free stuff.
Did you see which direction he went?
No, it's really bright out. I can't see anything out there.
You got his phone number so you can hook him up with your mom?
Well, I mean, not like that.
I was gonna say, he is married.
I'm trying to get my mom some hookups. You know, I'm trying to...
You're shameless now.
I'm trying to blow my mom's mind next week. And it's on her birthday that we're going here. And there's not many better, locations for birthdays. This place is awesome. It's epic. It's not just fun. It's educational.
That's a perfect word.
It's not even... I was telling my friend who really isn't into space, and he was asking me what I was doing. I said, you're about to walk into a whole bunch of American history, but more importantly than American history, human history.
Yes. Yeah.
This is, cutting edge Lewis and Clark stuff.
It is. You're right. It's 100% that.
There's just the weight of every square inch of Kennedy Space Center just hits because this is the future of where we're going, where we are going, where we've been, and where we are at when it comes to an actual species. It's just fascinating.
And they're about to fire Artemis back up. That's going back to the moon. Multiple trips.
biggie.
Yeah. Look, man, the entire thing here is just simply amazing. Melnick is a great guy. It was an amazing experience, and if you come out, you get to have experiences like that.
Did you see Artemis? It's on the launch pad on the drive over. When you came over, when you could see over the causeway, you can see the VAB.
I saw
on
the
your
VAB.
left. To the left is the launch pad 39A, and that's where Artemis is on there for the test. And launch pad 39B, I believe that's now the SpaceX launch pad.
Oh, I'll have to check that. And don't forget, tonight the Strawberry Moon. So you have an even brighter and bigger moon. So if you get to be anywhere out, if you're lucky enough to be beachside, look at the rockets out on the launch pad.
Imagine being that guy's hero. Like that guy, be like, you know who I really look up to? I'm like, no,
Well-
tell me, but I'm listening. Who do you look up to? A guy with 9 PhDs. I'm like, okay, well, I fall short.
Yeah.
I'm not going to ever make it there.
Nah.
The thesis work alone on those.
I mean, the people. The funny thing is, you talk to the staff here, and these people are all mega uber overachievers. And really, to be honest with you, it is kind of an odd thing because they are anonymous. And I'm not trying to, they will. Every single astronaut, with the exception of maybe one or two, could walk through this entire park and never be noticed because although there is a lot of grandeur with it, it does seem to be because the mission is greater than the people. It does seem to be a bit of an anonymous thing.
Yeah, it's almost like the missions are more famous than the people doing that.
I would agree with that 100%. And the other thing too, and I didn't get to ask him this, they got to design the patch, right? You guys remember? Every crew mission gets to design the patch, and they always have a cool story. I looked their patch up and then forgot to ask him about it when he was here.
Yeah.
There's like 7 people on his mission, and then he was the top ones. I don't know if that matters any. Usually the patches are circles, and then they'll do.
I think it's like the commander and the pilot,
and then down below, just the people who are
the specialists,
working.
the people in the back seat.
Yeah, the payload specialists.
The kids getting the way back of the station wagon.
The nobodies are back in the back doing the growing stuff. How about? And we had never heard before of the eye and equilibrium and sinus issues.
Oh, the chicken legs and moon head or moon face?
Space puberty. That's what I was trying to say, but I said spoon.
Yeah, but he talked about when, you're watching those space missions and they're moving so slowly.
Yeah.
You figured, I always just assumed it's, okay, they have to be so careful. You don't want to drop a 9mm socket.
You do not.
No, right? Then because it's gone.
Right.
So it's, it's just waiting for your eyes to catch up to your head.
That's the idea of that, because we've never experienced that. I mean, anytime you've turned your head, I mean, maybe if you've been on an airplane for a really long flight or something, but the idea of your eyes not going where...
Oh, that's that vertigo thing. I'm telling you, it's the same kind of feeling.
It's crazy.
Everything's catching up.
You talk about the overachieving aspect of astronauts, and there's so much that they know about the human body based on what they're trying to achieve and in the conditions they're trying to achieve it. He was explaining to me as, like, when you turn your head and your eyes go with you, that's a learned behavior. Right?
Really?
Yeah. That's not something innate. So you learn to do that, and then in space, when in zero gravity, it's just not responding the same way. So it's like there's a delay effect. It's got to feel trippy. But I would bet money he doesn't know what that feels like.
Hey, Jack,
I don't know.
hook him up. You could take him on that spacewalk.
Was he 80s? That means he would have been in the 70s. Yeah, I don't know, Jack.
Drop the 2.
Yeah. I don't know. He was in the wheelhouse there.
I'm equally impressed by his Coast Guard rescues because, again, Alana and some of the other KSC employees were talking about the fact that, when you watch that on Deadliest Catch, and I never knew that I never knew the oceans could behave that way, where the waves could be taller than the helicopters sent to save them. I didn't know that until I'd seen it on TV. I didn't know that was possible.
That's why I said North Atlantic. The North Atlantic is notorious for having, 25, 30-foot, 40-foot rogue waves.
So for him to have actually earned medals because of some of those riskier rescues just tells you this level of skill. And the other thing I'm impressed with out here is the amount of people who love working at the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex.
Every one of them.
Every single one of them.
We had a guy came up who just changed jobs after working the same job for 18 years, come work out here. and he's his first month, and he just smiles and goes, you never get tired of driving past this facility to go to where he works, which is down by the VAB, but you never get tired of driving past it. All right, 407-916-1041. Up next, another special guest. Kelvin Manning joins us. He's the Deputy Director of the John F. Kennedy Space Center. In other words, the whole thing, dog. We'll talk to him next.
Measuring success by the number of childhood traumas uncovered.
Your father and I are going to the store.
Per show.
To buy lubricant.
Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Well, not a whole lot has changed out there. We're still looking at bumper-to-bumper traffic eastbound on I-4 coming out of Polk County from County Road 557 to 429, as well as eastbound between 417 and State Road 535. Westbound a solid ride as well between World Drive and Osceola Polk Line Road, and delays continue between Sand Lake Road and Central Florida Parkway. See traffic problems? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Driveway.com. Car shortages? What car shortage? Head to Driveway.com today to shop more than 25,000 new and used cars in Driveway's nationwide inventory. Driveway.com. That's Driveway.com.
Man, the future of space travel is coming. Are you ready for liftoff? Opening later this year, explore the future of space exploration in the newest attraction, Gateway, the Deep Space Launch Complex at Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. Gateway focuses on the present and future collaborative space exploration, enabling guests to experience the interstellar travel of tomorrow while celebrating what is happening right now with our space program. Current innovations by space explorers, getting up close to actual spacecraft, seeing visionary designs for solutions, all kinds of cool stuff. 50,000 square feet, multi-level attraction coming your way. It's called Gateway. Learn more today at KennedySpaceCenter.com.
Upgrade her diamond ring this summer with no money down and 0 interest for 5 years. Yes! You can do it now at International Diamond Center. It's our most aggressive offer ever. Not just on engagement rings, but earrings, bracelets, bands, colored gemstone jewelry, all GIA certified diamonds. Buy now and spread your payments over 5 years with 0 interest. So that $5,000 diamond bracelet comes out to just $85 a month. One-of-a-kind designer jewelry is also included in this spectacular offer. Now for a limited time at International Diamond Center.
People are driving for hours to shop at IDC right now so they can take advantage of our best offer ever, 5 years, 0 interest financing. It's a fantastic opportunity that makes everything affordable. How about a $6,000 GIA certified diamond for just $100 a month? A $4,000 pair of diamond earrings, just $67 a month. You can even finance a sales tax. Don't miss this. The best way to buy 5 years, 0 interest financing at International Diamond Center.
International Diamond Center, 4 Orlando locations on approved credit.
Every year, millions of Americans find it harder and harder to own a home. Divvy is here to change that. We believe home ownership and building equity should be possible for everyone, even if your credit score isn't perfect or you can't swing 20% down. Divvy makes it possible to live in your dream home while you save for your dream home. Just pre-qualify online, and when you're approved, shop for any home on the market within your Divvy budget. Divvy buys your dream home in cash and you move in. Your monthly payment includes built-in savings toward a future down payment, so every month you're closer to home ownership. Within 3 years, you're ready to qualify for a mortgage and buy your home at the preset price. And that dream of owning your own home, it becomes a reality. Get your home shopping budget for free at livedivvy.com. That's LIVEDIVVY.com. Divvy Homes is represented by Divvy Brokerage LLC in certain markets. For more information, visit divvyhomes.com/brokerage-licensing.
Sunnyside Air Conditioning.
I think I need a new air conditioner. It's so hot and my old one...
We now have voice recognition. Simply say what you need.
New air conditioner.
Speak clearly and tell me what it is you want.
New air conditioner.
Go ahead, explain your problem.
You're my problem.
I heard you say there's no problem. Well, jolly good, off you go.
No, there's a problem. I need a new air conditioner.
I heard you say no problem with your air conditioner. Don't know why you called to tell us that.
This would never happen with Frank Gay.
But you didn't call Frank Gay.
Wish I had.
I heard you say...
You heard me say I'm calling Frank Gay.
When you need AC replacement, you need it done right. A friendly, helpful team to guide you, and the air in your home cool, clean, and comfortable for years to come. That's the Frank Gay way.
I heard you say you wish you had called Frank Gay. Was that it? Did I get it right this time?
FrankGayServices.com.
Hey, Central Florida. Don't you miss when life was easy? I sure do. RC Hill here from RC Hill Mitsubishi. Today, buying a car is as easy as one and done. Visit just one dealership, put just $1 down, and you're done. You could drive a new Mitsubishi today, like the all-new 2022 Outlander in stock and ready for delivery. So if you hate your old ride, give it the old one and done, because you could drive a nice new car for just $1 down. Has buying a car been a hassle in the past? We've got the one and done solution for every situation. Still owe on your current loan or lease? One and done. Payments too high? One and done. Nervous about past credit mishaps? One and done. It's that easy. So ditch your old ride, regardless of miles or condition, and drive a nicer, newer car for just $1 down. Only at my one and done sale at RC Hill Mitsubishi. I'm RC Hill. I'm your car dealer next door. See all the cars online at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit and $1 down required bank approval. Stock number 1574. $1 down, $289 per month for 72 months at 5.9 APR. Visit rchill.com for details.
Summertime is a great time for a beautiful new fence from our friends at Mossy Oak Fence. These are custom, one-of-a-kind designs. If you can dream it, the fence freaks at Mossy Oak Fence can build it. Visit mossyoakfences.com and let the Mossy family protect your family.
Whether you're a plumber, roofer, electrician, or carpenter, a pro's got to have the right tools. Like Lowe's Pro Business Credit Cards. The cards that have every pro's back, big or small, giving you more flexibility and more credit options. Because at Lowe's, every pro is an MVP to us. Take your business to the next level and apply now. Subject to credit approval. See store at lowes.com/credit for details. U.S. only.
Want to hear something that's going to make you feel better? Seeing your own primary care doctor, now just around the corner. At Village Medical at Walgreens. Our providers and care teams take care of you with same-day appointments, extended hours, and virtual visits, too. You get the comprehensive care you need, when and where you want it. Experience exceptional care at Village Medical. Book your primary care appointment at villagemedical.com/getcare. That's villagemedical.com/getcare.
Rates as low as 1.99% with approved credit? Visit nationstrucks.com today.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind studio. Your accident, your future, your attorney. Contact them at whenyounneedus.com or call pound 546 from your cell. You're listening to WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Now #1 for podcasting. We are an iHeartRadio station. This is the Jim Colbert Show. Also available on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. Just search The Jim Colbert Show.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate that. Hope you had a wonderful Wednesday on this steamy, hot Central Florida afternoon. Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well. Let's keep it rolling. Another great guest as we broadcast live from the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. We're at Gateway, the Deep Space Launch Complex, and it just so happens this was the inaugural day, it's the opening day, and it was stacked when we got in here for a great reason. It is simply an amazing attraction. But we do have another special guest. And if anybody would know, this guy would know pretty much everything about everything. He is the Deputy Director of the John F. Kennedy Space Center. You guys give it up for Kelvin Manning.
Yay!
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Man,
Thanks,
you walked in here smiling. You know, Deborah, we were talking about this beforehand, and even just last break, we were saying everybody that works at this property loves working in this property. Everybody. We have not run into one person who isn't absolutely proud to be here, and you've been here a while.
Yeah, sure have. I've been here since 1992, and let me tell you, NASA's been the best place to work in the federal government for the last 9 years in a row. And the Kennedy Space Center has been the top NASA center for the last 3, and we're hoping to keep that string running. So
wow.
got
Congratulations.
a lot of happy people here.
You guys are doing some pretty innovative stuff. You know, we're here at the Gateway. We're actually sitting under the SpaceX booster that took 2 trips up, and it just so happens this one was responsible for sending up the Tesla Roadster into space for Elon Musk. I was just kind of asking, is that on loan? Did you guys buy that, or did they just give it to you? Do you just give somebody a $50 million thing like that, or what happened? How did you guys acquire that?
Well, it's part of an agreement that the vendor here, Delaware North, who runs our visitors complex, they have an agreement with SpaceX to give us the rocket.
To display things of that nature?
Correct.
That's very cool.
So they can't take it back.
Oh,
Because
it'd be hard to get out of here.
They built the building around it. Kind of like Atlantis, which is one of my favorite stories, is they had to leave a wall of the building open, bring in the attraction, and then finish the building.
Well, they said this thing was hanging when the floors were dirt.
Yeah, exactly.
Like they hadn't even poured the concrete yet. That thing went up first, and it's gigantic. Do you know how long that is by any chance?
Falcon 1 first stage, no, I do not.
Let's guess, 224 feet.
Well, it's got to be 100 feet. I mean, it's like, I'm telling you, it's 3 full-size school buses.
Yeah, I'd say at least 150 feet, and that's just a guess.
Yeah.
Where a solid rocket booster for the space shuttle was around 150 feet, so about the same size as the first stage.
Now, you started here as a shuttle processing director. Is that what it was? Or?
Well, I started as an ops engineer and made my way up. I was a vehicle manager for the Space Shuttle Columbia. Then I was a flow director for the Space Shuttle Atlantis. Did some time at JSC working shuttle upgrades. Came back here, worked a program called Orbital Space Plane, which was a pre-runner to Orion. And somewhere in there, they made me a NASA executive. And
somewhere in there, you tripped and fell, and then you got up here a NASA executive. Does that happen? You stay around here long enough, they'll give you. No, don't say that. You got to earn that around here, don't you?
You do, but you look around, your adult supervision's gone. It's like, we're running this place.
I'm the adult. What now? Here with Kelvin Manning, Deputy Director of the JFK Space Center here. So, I mean, when you look at what you guys have achieved over just the last 10 years, I mean, where else are you going to go? What are you going to do next?
Oh, we're just starting. You look at our past launch manifests. So last year we had 31 launches. The year before we had 30. This year we have 67 on the manifest. And, it's the sky's not the limit because it's space. Right? So, I don't think it's too hard to imagine us having over 100 launches from the Space Coast here in the not too distant future.
Is it 24 already this year? Or something like that?
24, you saw the sign coming in. That's right.
24 already this year, just June. I mean, you're on pace. You're still going to pick it up. And even with having to scrub a couple, I mean, you guys make it. I mean, we have to deal with that terrible weather in the summer here in Florida, but that's, I mean, you deal with that. It's a rocket. I mean, we can work through it.
Oh, that's correct.
Well, sorry, Mr. Manning. I was just wondering, Calvin, can you schedule a launch specially for Ross's mom's birthday?
We'll work on that.
No, that's it.
Hey,
Ross,
you've made it when he says they're going to work on that.
Yeah, you can say no. He can't do anything to you. Hey, what's the most applicable skill to apply out here? Like you got a couple degrees. You got a degree from UCF. You got some other degrees and stuff. When you come into a place like this, I mean, what do you find the most applicable skill is?
Well, the ability to work well with people, number one, and that doesn't take a degree, right? But something. Everybody thinks you have to be an engineer to work for NASA. No, we have lawyers, we have accountants, we have, across the board, because this is a city to make it happen. Of course, there are propulsion engineers that are those true rocket scientists, but, you could be electrical, mechanical, or have a degree in finance.
But but just making sure that everybody kind of understands the goal for everybody, regardless of their job, is kind of what you do?
I'll tell you, I do a little bit of everything. I tell people, well, what's your job around here? Well, to keep the wheels turning, the lights burning, the workforce turning, so the rockets are flying, politicians buying, satellites soaring, astronauts exploring, so the kids will learn and the public will yearn for America's space program.
All right, drop the mic.
Yeah, you can leave now. You're done.
Drop the mic.
Did you write that?
Yeah, I came up with that.
You should patent that. Send that to yourself in a letter so nobody can steal it.
My kids will say, no, Dad, no, you didn't do that, did you? I said, yeah, I did.
It's a TikTok waiting to happen.
Yeah, it is.
How long does it take to schedule a rocket launch? You're talking about, all these launches this year. You're already talking and looking forward to next year. Is it like a nice restaurant? You go a couple weeks in advance? You go a couple years in advance?
It depends on what the mission is. So if you're going to do a planetary mission, like if we're going to land Curiosity, the rover on Mars, well, you have a planetary window. And that planetary window might come up, say, every 2 years. So that's one example. If you're going to launch a satellite constellation, you know what orbit you're going to do, like one of our customers has done here consistently. Well, you can pretty much pop one of those up anytime. If you're going to do a rendezvous with the International Space Station, this whole orbital mechanics thing, you got to get everything aligned properly where you can make that launch window.
Calvin, we always hear about low Earth orbit being with launches with the Kennedy Space Center. This is where I'm going to plead ignorance and not understanding the different orbits and where on the planet they need to be in order to launch.
Okay, so low Earth orbit is essentially anything around the planet.
Satellites,
as
GPS.
opposed to deep space. We're talking about going to the moon, a lunar orbit, or exploratory mission. That's deep space. But for the most part, where have we been in the last 50 years or 60 years in the Kennedy Space Center? For the most part, low Earth orbit.
Yeah.
Last person went to the moon was what? 1972.
Yeah, it's been a while, but that's going to be held up soon, though. Artemis is going back.
Correct. And we hope to see that soon, where we're going to land the first woman and the first person of color on the surface of the moon. We're shooting for 2025.
Is that achievable? Is that achievable? I mean, you guys can pull that off? I mean, I know it is, but I mean...
Yeah, of course, there's always constraints, but yeah, that's the target, and we're working to that. If we don't hit 2025, it'll be soon thereafter.
Oh, I hope we're broadcasting live for that one.
So I might be throwing out I'm pretty sure I'm correct here. I believe the highest budget that NASA ever got was 5% of the national budget at its peak in the 60s.
That's correct. Around 4.5%, 5%.
4.5%. What would the space program look like if that was at 10% in 2022?
Oh, you need him on your political team.
Oh, wow. So, right now what we say is the NASA budget is less than 1%, less than half of 1% of a dollar. And so when you're talking 10%, that's like 20 times our current budget. And could you imagine that?
I couldn't. I don't know what you do with it.
Yeah, I mean,
Kelvin could.
Yeah.
Does Men in Black become a documentary? I've always fantasized about what the NASA budget would be, or what NASA would look like if all of a sudden we went back to where we were in the 60s at 5%, 6%, 10%. I've always just do you ever catch yourself kind of daydreaming about that, fantasizing along with me?
A little bit. It's mostly like, well, we went to the moon in 1972. That's the last time somebody walked on the moon, December 1972, and then now it's June 2022?
Yeah.
It's like, why is it taking so long? Where should we be? Well, we should probably have colonies on the moon right now, but it's not been a national priority.
Right. Yeah. You have to. What's in it for the public type thing? I mean, more than just the education of what we're learning while going there and learning about that, learning about the moon. What's in it for the public? I guess, do you guys feel that you have to show something for the money you spend?
Yes, we do. And we call it NASA spinoff. So you look at the investment of that, less than 1/2% of a dollar. And you look at the miniaturization of all these electronics. I'm looking at this little camera in front of me. You look at your cell phone and the power of a lot of that, this remote robotic surgery, well, the space program was the impetus of a lot of that. And we don't toot our horn as much as we should.
Yeah, because the public, if they knew just how much of everyday life was made easier because of a previous space mission, they might agree with Ross and go, we need to bump up that 1/2% back up to at least 5% to begin with, because it does make our lives a lot easier. We just don't know it.
And if we get it to 7%, I think 1% should be marketing, explaining that very thing. Hey, that thing you're enjoying right now?
Right.
You're welcome.
Exactly.
You're welcome. We did that in the 70s.
Hey, old man, you see those Velcro shoes?
Exactly.
Those us.
Exactly.
Maybe we can get Pitbull to sing a song about that.
We're here with Kelvin Manning. He's the deputy director of the JFK Space Center here. I want to ask you about this thing that's hanging up here. I've been reading about it a little bit, the Dream Chaser. Tell me about this thing.
Well, the Dream Chaser is provided by one of our providers, Sierra Space, and we'll see the Dream Chaser launch on cargo resupply missions to the space station here coming up in the near future, if not later on this year, early next year. And eventually they want to put people in there where it could, launch on top of a Atlas V rocket and land here back at the Kennedy Space Center on a runway. So what you're looking at now is a prototype, a model. It hasn't actually flown.
Right, but that thing is supposed to fly by 2026. Been in development for about 15 years. Like you're saying, could carry 7 people and then fly back down. And is that in lieu of the great SpaceX fun thing that we see as it flips and turns upside down and lands standing up? Is that the answer to that in an easier package, or?
No, it's just a totally different approach. But 2026, we'll do Dream Chaser before that. We're cargo missions.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
So when will we see this thing first? I mean, you're talking like they have it in the warehouse out back, ready to fire it up.
Oh, we got processing spaces and footprints, and we're making the thermal protection system tile for the Dream Chaser. So you'll be hearing about it before you know it.
God, everybody around here is fascinating to talk to.
Kelvin, what's your thought on the tourism in space? Because it's like something NASA would never do, but that's your private industry, and finding that balance with capturing the imagination of people and their dollar as you try and balance that with continuing to explore. Is it just something that's necessary to be done? Are there concerns with that as you see all these different companies, find their ways to put people in space?
That's a great question, because you would think the 80s NASA would consider that like a sellout, like you're selling out to the private sector. But I mean, it's not like that way anymore.
No, and it was inevitable. Just like air travel, eventually used to deliver mail, and then we started bringing people on board, and now the commercial airline industry is just it's a part of our everyday lives. But you saw that Inspiration 4 mission launch here with this very diverse crew, and then that Axiom 1 was the first totally private mission to the International Space Station. And like when I opened up, we're just getting started. I think it's going to happen. It's going to continue to grow. This low Earth orbit business, tourism, commercial space stations. And what's NASA doing? NASA wants to go further. We want to go to the moon and on to Mars. That's what not too many commercial companies can do. That's what governments do. And NASA, along with our commercial partners, will do that together, and international partners as well.
Yeah, I found it, and I think that's a fascinating question, Jack. I found it really odd when I started hearing about the integration of the commercial sector coming into NASA, how that was going to handle personnel-wise, because now you're dealing with people like Elon Musk, who have Elon Musk kind of things. Jeff Bezos, very wealthy people. Virgin Atlantic, Richard Branson, very wealthy, eccentric people.
Quirky.
Dealing with people who are extremely disciplined, who made it to where they are for not doing all this stupid stuff, for staying on track, staying focused. And then you have these kind of, dreamers that come in. How do you guys balance that relationship between that leadership, man? That's got to be a really interesting little thing.
It's like any kind of marriage, right? different partners, and they bring something different to the table. But certainly, the government, if you're going to launch a rocket here from the Kennedy Space Center, we got requirements. We've whittled those requirements down significantly, so they're not jumping through all these hoops over and above what they would do for normal OSHA requirements. But NASA's, we're kind of like we are because of our heritage, our history, and all those lessons learned, and this partnership. These guys pushing, and us, kind of like the older brother, helping them out.
They had the money, you had the infrastructure.
Yeah, and it's been a great partnership. And who would have thought it would have happened so fast after we retired the shuttle in 2011?
I mean, that's the thing we were just talking about beforehand. I mean, the last 10 years, have been just an absolute mind blown. We have to go, but I have to ask the question. Bezos, you've met?
No, I haven't met Bezos or Elon.
You haven't?
No, that's
because he knew you were going to ask.
How do you avoid that? How do you avoid meeting those guys?
There's people that do the up and out, and I'm the down and in.
Get out of here.
Down and in.
He's got an answer.
You know him, he's the down and in. Hey, thanks for your time, man. We really appreciate it.
Thanks,
Kelvin Manning, Deputy Director here at the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex and of the JFK, the entire thing here, man.
The entire Space Center.
It's your oyster, dog.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, it's great, man. All right, thanks, Devin. We appreciate it very much. All right, let's take a little break. Scott Maxwell up next here on the Jim Colbert Show.
It's another winning Wednesday on our Instagram page at Real Radio 1041. The clock is running. Today, you could win a pair of tickets to see comedian Sal Vulcano from Impractical Jokers at Hard Rock Live. Real Radio 1041 on Instagram is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
We're seeing delays now heading north on the turnpike between the 408 and 429, and also southbound between OBT and Osceola Parkway. Southbound 429 is stop and go now between the turnpike and Stony Brook West Parkway, as well as eastbound I-4 between 417 and State Road 535, westbound slow near World Drive. See traffic problems? Call the traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Churches.
The smoke is back at Churches. Our $6 smokehouse chicken meal is a juicy half chicken served with mashed potatoes and a honey butter biscuit. All that for just $6, but not for long. Churches, welcome to the great state of flavor. Offer valid at participating locations.
As a rental property owner, you can do a lot of things yourself. 2 things you can't do unless you hired the Realty Medics: get real-time information on your properties and get an entire year's worth of rent up front. Only the Realty Medics offers upfront rent. You can get a year's worth paid upfront, putting $10,000 to $30,000 in your pocket fast. Only the Realty Medics has the property performance dashboard, tracks showings and applications, rent payments, tenant damage estimates, work orders, and property inspections. Even better, track your rental investment performance like you would a stock. Just 2 more reasons why the Realty Medics are the highest rated and most reviewed property management company in Central Florida. Hey, take 5 minutes on therealtymedics.com to see how they've made DIY landlording obsolete. For a limited time, they'll even give you 2 months of management free when you use promo code FREE1041. That's therealtymedics.com, promo code FREE1041.
This hour of programming brought to you in part by FAS Windows and Doors.
Make this the year you go to our iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Right now, Capital One cardholders get first dibs on tickets to our 2022 iHeartRadio Music Festival. Only available while supplies last, or until Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern. So don't miss it. Plus, add a Capital One Access Pass to your purchase to attend a VIP event with a private performance from Avril Lavigne. Only available during the cardholder presale.
Presale tickets are limited and will go fast at iHeartRadio.com/Capital One.
Fence Outlet has the largest assortment of vinyl, wood, aluminum, chain link, and steel fences in Florida. That means we have the styles you want at the guaranteed lowest price. Right now, put no money down and get 0% financing on any fence. Go to fenceoutlet.com today. License number C-10252 and C-10803.
All smashed up, don't know what to do. Just call Mo so you won't be singing the blues. Injured on the go, just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO.
Orlando Attorney Mo DeWitt, sung by a non-attorney spokesperson.
Having trouble with your AC? Call our friends at Mills Air, 407-277-1159. With 30 years of experience, they can certainly help you out. Carrier factory authorized dealers with up to $1,275 in rebates towards that brand new Carrier unit. Family owned and operated, it's millsair.com.
Culver's could have only started in Wisconsin. Just ask our team member Marcus.
Let's just say you can take the restaurants out of America's Dairyland, but you can't take America's Dairyland out of the restaurants. Like the real Wisconsin cheese on our juicy butter burgers, the farm fresh dairy in our fresh frozen custard, even our crispy golden Wisconsin cheese curds. It may sound cheesy, but we love where we come from at Culver's.
Almost as much as we love sharing it with our guests. Welcome to Delicious. Another reason Culver's could have only started in Wisconsin. Let our team member Anna tell you why.
People always say Culver's food tastes homemade, but that's also because our menu is like basically homegrown. Cooked-to-order butter burgers and rich, creamy, fresh frozen custard, 2 of Wisconsin's favorite traditions. Same goes for our perfectly melty cheese curds and Culver's new Wisconsin Big Cheese Pub Burger.
It's delicious.
Available for a limited time. I mean, could it get more Wisconsin-y than all that?
Stop in and let's make our traditions your tradition. Welcome to Delicious.
Join Jim Colbert on The Jim Colbert Show for his Cigar of the Week segment every Friday afternoon at 3:45. You can pick up these featured cigars at all 3 Corona Cigar Company locations, Dr. Phillips, Heathrow, and downtown. Learn more at coronacigar.com.
O'Reilly. Stay cool this summer with AC Pro Refrigerant and O'Reilly Auto Parts. Right now, get a $15 O'Reilly Auto Parts gift card after mail-in rebate, plus earn double O Rewards points with the purchase of select AC Pro Refrigerant products. Beat the heat before you hit the road with AC Pro Refrigerant at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts store. O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Tools Ace Hardware has all the best brands for Dad this Father's Day. For the DIY Dad, get great deals on power tools from DeWalt and Milwaukee. For the fishing Dad, get him a Yeti cooler or a new pair of Costa Del Mar sunglasses. For the yard Dad, get the best in outdoor power equipment from Steel and Ego. And for the barbecue boss, get free assembly and delivery on any $3.99 grill and up from Weber, Big Green Egg, and Traeger. Tools Ace Hardware has 11 convenient locations in Central Florida, or you can shop online at acehardware.com for free in-store pickup or delivery. Tools Ace, your local help helpful place.
Hi, this is Ken Veneziano, president of Del Air Heating and Air Conditioning. In 1983, Del Air started with one truck and a straightforward philosophy. Give every customer the best service at the best price every day. Del Air has grown to over 500 trucks, staffed with factory-trained technicians ready to see you today.
Get a new AC system for as low as $49.99 per month from Del Air Heating and Air Conditioning with approved credit. Visit delair.com for details or turn to the experts at Del Air for up to $500 in rebates on a qualifying Carrier system.
If you're concerned about your AC, get a tune-up or maintenance you can depend on from our factory-trained technicians and keep your system running properly all summer long. If you need a new system, you can get a free quote and buy with confidence with our $500 best price guarantee. That's why we say, when the heat is on, Del Air can turn it off. Go to delair.com to schedule your appointment today. That's DELAIR.com.
CAC 051477.
Are you ready for summer? Wherever summer takes you, make sure you take your favorite radio station with you on your adventures with the free iHeartRadio app. That's right, no matter how far from home you travel, this station, the music you love, and the best podcasts in the world will be right there with you in your pocket.
Summer soundtrack.
Sunscreen, flip-flops, and the free iHeart app. Must-haves for any summer checklist. Download the free iHeartRadio app and discover music, radio, and podcasts you'll love this summer.
It's the Certified Summer Sales Event. For hot deals, click OrlandoNissan.com. Radio.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
Wait, if you can hear him, hey.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. You can always text us at 77031. Welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
So is Jack.
Hi there.
And Ross.
It's all true.
And we are broadcasting live from the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. We're there at the Gateway Deep Space Launch Complex. It's closed for the day. This was the opening day. They're changing the hours soon. It'll be open till 6, but you can come out. Part of your regular admission. Just come on over and check it out. Simply amazing stuff. And we continue on with great interviews today. Every Wednesday around this time, we invite our good friend Scott Maxwell to drop by from the Orlando Sentinel Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. That's where you can read him. And, of course, you can always see him on Twitter at Scott_Maxwell. Scott, how are you, buddy?
I am doing great. But here's the question. Who's got the baddest ass job in Central Florida? It's you guys.
It's not us.
No, it would be the astronauts.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy stuff, right, dude?
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
I mean, you sit here and listen to it, and you talk to these guys, and when we get off the air, they're thanking us. And I looked at Ross a second ago when we got off the air with Kelvin, and I said, well, I don't feel like I've done anything in my life.
No, you think about when you have a bad day, and then you think about what they're doing. I mean, I would crap my pants.
Right. I dropped out of community college. One dude has 9 PhDs. You feel me?
Exactly.
You know exactly what I'm talking about. What's going on with the feed? Can you hear me, buddy? You good?
Yes, I can hear you now. We're on a little bit of a delay.
So what's going on?
We can make it work.
Yeah, a little bit of a delay. We're get it worked out. So what's going on? I read your piece today about DeSantis. Is that what we're talking about today?
Yeah, we can talk about that, or we can talk about what we didn't get to last week, which was the airport. That continues to go on.
Let's talk about the airport because
Yeah, go ahead.
No. Let's talk about the airport because I wanted to talk about that last week anyway.
Yeah, so what we have is a bunch of appointees who aren't really answerable to anybody here in Central Florida. And we had done some public records requests. And after being a little suspicious about the chairman's relationship with a lobbyist who was not only had a criminal record, but had been, has a felony record for stealing from the sheriff. And there was at least a couple of other appointees who had concerns. So we put in a public records request. And we found out that this appointee who runs this multi-billion-dollar airport was having private conversations with a lobbyist in a way that was so problematic that the airport's own general counsel said, stop, you are not only acting inappropriately, you could be jeopardizing our FAA funding.
So, Scott, when that happens, and it's obviously happening, it's transparent, you have proof of it. This is an appointee, right? This is a governor appointee. So when it comes to getting rid of somebody like this, it's not like elect him out or take a vote there on the commission. Does the governor have to throw this guy out? Is that what has to happen?
That would probably be it. The governor would have to ask him to step aside. I should stress there is one governor's appointee, Craig Mateer, who we've talked about before, who has been sort of ballsy in my book. He's the one who first raised questions about this, but the other four don't seem to have a problem with it. The only one who does is the airport's general counsel. And just today, we got another batch of records. We're still going through them. There are some text messages that show the airport chairman texting with this same lobbyist, who, by the way, has also been arrested in another case, the Senate District 9, the ghost candidate thing in Seminole County. So that's 2 rounds of arrests.
Recently.
So how does, how does the person keep his job?
Yeah, well, he stays there unless the governor says he wants him to go. I mean, he hasn't technically done anything illegal that I'm aware of. He's done things that would strike me and I think most people as inappropriate. And the reason they're inappropriate is that, you don't have to really explain this to the average person. They get this. If a lobbyist has sort of special access to the person in charge of a multi-billion-dollar airport. In this case, it's a lobbyist who represents a janitorial contract that the airport says is worth, $20-some million. And that one lobbyist is having conversations. Most people see what the problem is. But unless the governor wanted him gone or he decided to leave, I don't know another way that he's going to go away, which is why we've written forever about going back to the past scandals at the Expressway Authority. We think these positions should be mostly locally elected officials. We have problems with local politicians. I get that. I gripe about them all the time. But voters can toss them out on their rears. You can't do that with political appointees. And that, by the way, segues into the other thing that I'd written about today a little bit. Ron DeSantis is really trying to put this appointee thing on steroids. And taking over control of all sorts of things, all the way down to the high school athletic association. He wants to have total control of every appointee on that board. And I've just been covering this stuff long enough, long before Ron DeSantis got involved, to say that this is a recipe for trouble and a lack of accountability in my book.
Well, my question with this particular, with the airport board is, what about Sunshine State laws?
That would be the thing for me. I mean, if you know that stuff is a violation or at least sketchy at the very least.
It's against the law.
I mean, you do it flippantly. Like, he doesn't seem to be trying to hide it. I mean, you guys are finding stuff left and right. I mean, is that arrogance something that, you look at as you look at it and go, wow, man, this person doesn't seem to really care about getting caught.
Well, either they don't care or they're just not that careful. Now, I should be clear. A sunshine law violation is only going to happen if more than one member of this board communicate with each other about a contract.
Okay.
That's not what we've seen. What we do have is these are public records. If they are not turning over the public records, and I will tell you, this is a little behind the scene. I made a public records request for all of the emails and texts between this appointee Carson Good and this lobbyist and also staffers. The staffers all turned theirs over very quickly. We did not get Carson Good's. And in fact, we had to get our lawyers, which is, by the way, another reason I'd plug for journalism organizations, because we're the only ones spending money on this kind of stuff, to step up the pressure. And it was just today that we got them turned over. I don't know whether we've got them all. I don't know whether they've claimed we've got them all. But I do know that we have text messages and emails between an appointed chairman and an individual lobbyist that I think raises a red flag.
Has Carson Good ever denied that this happened?
Oh, no. His take on this, and this is one of the things he said at one of the board meetings, is that he believes in second chances and helping former felons get a new lease in life. As I wrote in my very first column, I can think of a whole lot of ways to help people get fresh starts in life that don't involve helping them get their foot in the door at a public agency worth hundreds of millions of dollars that you're running.
Especially when they're still committing crimes.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
This guy Carson Good does not like Scott.
One, yes, actually charged with, I think it was 5.
Hey, is this the same guy that called you evil and called you a terrible Christian? All those fun
Yes,
things?
he did. Yes, he did. In a late night email, I was evil and unchristian, and then the next morning, it was not quite an apology. It was more like, "Oh God, I realized what I sent last night, but you're still probably those things." Yeah, he stopped sending those. He stopped responding to me at all now.
Oh, you got his goat.
It's funny when you're too dumb to realize that when you send stuff to a journalist who has access to a newspaper 3 times a week.
There we go.
That may be considered dumb.
Well, and I sent it to you guys right when I got it just because I thought it was funny. I didn't really do anything with it until I got the records, several weeks, a month later that suggested maybe why he was so upset.
Right?
Yeah, I will tell you, if I remember reading it correctly, the first thing I thought was, did his 12-year-old daughter write this?
Well, I did. Sometimes when people are mean to you, it hurts, it stings, you get insulted. I laughed at that because I'd never received one quite like that from a public official. And once again, this is the guy in charge of your, I don't know, $3 billion airport here in Central Florida.
Who doesn't see the problem with hanging out with a lobbyist to begin with?
So out of curiosity, now, how is he connected with Governor DeSantis to get this appointment?
He was a fundraiser for the governor, and one of the other things we'd asked him about was whether he'd ever asked vendors at the airport to donate to the governor, which is something we've been troubled by behavior with other governors and other appointees, and he said he couldn't remember, but that it's possible he might have done
that. He admitted that he possibly may have basically bribed vendors for
now, Jim, I would not use the word bribe, and I'm quite sure he would not use the word bribe. But you are getting at what we have said for years and years, that there are thousands, tens of thousands, millions of people in this state that you could possibly ask for financial donations. The ones you should not ask are the ones whose contracts depend on your vote if you're running a public agency. We've seen it at the Expressway Authority. We've seen it at the airport.
That doesn't make any sense.
It's pretty amazing, actually.
Doesn't it make you just want to go back to talking about happy spaceship things?
Right. I think that the thing that is most amazing about it is how unbelievably how brazen and ballsy they are about it. It's almost like they're saying to you, it doesn't really matter if you know what we're doing. We're just going to do it anyway. It doesn't really matter. Nothing's going to change.
Well, as a matter of fact, one of the other board members, John Evans, after we wrote the first story, after Craig Mateer, the appointee said, "This looks like a bad idea. It looks completely inappropriate." And I wrote a column saying, "I agree with Craig Mateer, a hardcore Republican gubernatorial appointee, and I agree with the mayors who thought Carson Good shouldn't be chairman of the airport." This other appointee, John Evans, did just what you said. He wrote a letter to the editor that basically mocked me. I think it said Maxwell House has too much coffee. He needs to ease up on the caffeine. Go back to your other petty projects, Scott, and we'll go back to running the airport. So I said, all right, well, how about I request about 100 public documents, and then we'll take a closer look at what you guys are doing.
Yeah, didn't the folks behind the whole ghost candidate thing learn that putting out those op-eds where you mock about, you're just being an overzealous journalist is probably hitting send a little too early?
Yeah, what I think a lot of people don't realize is that their emails and texts ultimately get out. And sometimes it's because it's public record. But I'm going to tell you guys one other thing. We got another massive document dump from an insider in another big story that we've been writing about, and it is freaking nuts. It involves a big player, maybe even sicking like a private investigator on local journalists to try to get dirt on him.
Really?
If that's not enough of a tease to get your subscription to the Orlando Sentinel, I don't know what
Damn.
I don't know when it's going to run. But the point is this. These guys were sending these texts and emails to each other, just thinking, ha, look at all the dumbasses, we're going to get them. But all it takes is to tick off one person in your string, in your text string, in your email chain. All it takes is to cut one person out of the financial sort of deal you had and make them mad. And then they go, well, guess what I've got? About 2,000 emails that show what we've all been up to, and I'm going to turn them over.
So dumb.
That's awesome.
Well, I can't wait. Can you give us a timeline? 2 weeks, 3 weeks?
Come on.
I actually do not know. I would guess within the next week or two.
Oh. Do you get to break it? Is it yours?
Nope, this one is not mine. I will be writing about it. I've seen some of the documents. I will write about it after it happens. But I'm not the journalist in question, so I'm going to let that journalist write about it first.
All right, very good. Well, Scott, as always, we love hearing from you. And Jack said it correctly, OrlandoSentinel.com. You can get your subscription there. It's dirt cheap and worth every single nickel. Mine comes to my email every morning around 5:30. That way I'm informed. I have all the great information right here in Central Florida, plus all the good writers, all the good columns we have. Amy Drew Thompson, Scott Maxwell, our buddy Mike Bianchi, that is a sports guy here with iHeartMedia. We love you guys, and we want people to get that subscription. Again, that's OrlandoSentinel.com, and you can find Scott there Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays, and always on Twitter at Scott_Maxwell. Scott, have a great week, and we'll see you next Wednesday.
Thanks. You guys have a lot of fun out there.
You got it, man. All right, 407-916-1041. Load them up. Trivia is next.
We have a prize. Get on board at 407-916-1041. Jim Colbert Show Trivia is brought to you by Cento Family Moving and Storage. That's CENTO moving.com.
This is Chris Broussard. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Staples Stores.
The U.S. Open begins tomorrow at the Country Club in Brookline, Massachusetts. Phil Mickelson and Dustin Johnson will compete for a major championship after their decision to play for the Saudi Arabia-funded LIV Golf Tour. Mickelson looks to complete his career Grand Slam, while Johnson is looking for his second U.S. Open title. They might be banned from the PGA right now, but they're still allowed to contend for the majors. I'm Chris Collinsworth.
Staples has school supplies at prices that won't hold you back. This week, comp books and polyfolders are just 50 cents each, and Staples one-subject notebooks are only 35 cents. In-store only, offer ends 6/18, limit 30. Don't send your kids back to school, send them forward at Staples.
Hi there, I'm Mia. I'm Air.
You're Air?
Yeah, I just got out of the lungs of someone smoking a cheap little cigar outside a bodega. Oh, it was so smoky in there. And where there's smoke, there's
fire.
Cancer.
Oh.
Yeah, little cigars might taste sweet, but they still kill. I'm supposed to be helping people, not unhelping them.
You mean hurting?
Oh yeah, sorry. I'm a bit of an airhead.
Little cigars are just as dangerous as regular cigarettes. Find out how to quit today at tobaccofreeflorida.com.
Whether you're a plumber, roofer, electrician, or carpenter, a pro's got to have the right tools. Like Lowe's Pro Business Credit Cards. The cards that have every pro's back, big or small, giving you more flexibility and more credit options. Because at Lowe's, every pro is an MVP to us. Take your business to the next level and apply now. Subject to credit approval. See store at Lowe's.com/credit for details. U.S. only.
Right now at International Diamond Center, you can get that Rolex watch you've always dreamed of and spread your payments over 5 years with zero interest. That's right. Now for a limited time, IDC's incredible 5-year zero interest plan is available on over 800 luxury pre-owned Rolex watches. Luxury timepieces have never been so affordable. IDC's buyers have scoured the country, buying up only the best of the best pre-owned Rolexes, the ones you can't find anywhere else. Daytonas, Batmans, Pepsis, Datejusts, Submariners, each one carefully inspected and in pristine condition. If you've been trying to find a Rolex, you know what a challenge it is. But IDC has the model you want in stock now at a very competitive price. And now through June 30th, you can pick out the Rolex you've always wanted. We'll make it more affordable than ever with special 5-year zero interest financing. Hurry in for the best selection. We've got hundreds of Rolex watches for both men and women. Don't miss this opportunity to get the Rolex you deserve. Only at International Diamond Center. On approved credit, some restrictions apply. See store for details or shop IDC.com.
It's official. Tijuana Flats now has carnitas.
Whoa!
Yes! We're turning up the Tex-Mex flavors full blast with our new cranked up carnitas. Try our new Queso Blanco carnitas chimichanga, the Chipotle barbecue pork tacos topped with bacon and barbecue sauce, and the spicy habanero carnitas burrito. And try our new dueling queso appetizer featuring new Queso Blanco. Order carnitas now at TijuanaFlats.com.
Is your current home loan the right fit for you? Rising home values mean that you could have more home equity than you might imagine. And if you're considering a refi, an expertly chosen loan from Loan Depot could save you thousands. Ask about their smart term loans, cash out, and over 300 loan options to find just the right mortgage loan for you. Call now, 866-888-LOAN, or go to loandepot.com. Loan Depot, where home means everything. Rates are subject to change. Equal housing opportunity lender. NMLS number 174457. Licensed in all 50 states.
Tools Ace Hardware has the best brands in grills. No doubt. The Big Green Egg is legendary for a reason. Amazing temperature control, amazing heat. It's unreal, guys. If you don't have one, you got to check them out. Tools Ace Hardware has all that and all the accessories you need. Smoking chips, all the wood you need, not to mention the rubs, the marinades, plus the classic Weber gas and charcoal grills, wood pellet fueled Traeger grills for that incredible flavor, and the best price for gas refills in all of Central Florida. Under $15 for a 20-pound tank, and that's all 20 pounds. Unlike those tank swaps that only give you 15 pounds, and they're actually more money. Right now, also the perfect time to save on fertilizer for your lawn for this spring. Large selection of Scott's fertilizers, plus Sunnyland fertilizers, and they're made for Florida lawn products ready for you right now. Tools Ace Hardware. Don't forget to pick up garden soil, potting mix, everything to make your yard beautiful. It's Tools Ace Hardware with 11 locations here in Central Florida. Chances are there's one near you. And remember, purchase online for in-store pickup, curbside, or even delivered to your home. It's toolsacehardware.com.
If you've ever ordered food for work, you understand. It's different. There's just so much more at stake. Whether it's a meeting, a client call, or lunch with the office that has to arrive at the actual lunchtime, food for work has to work. That's why there's Easy Cater. Food that's on time and as ordered from over 82,000 restaurants. And if there's a problem, rare, you can reach someone in seconds.
Thank you for calling Easy Cater.
Some food just doesn't work at work, but Easy Cater just does. Order 24/7 at easycater.com.
Local or long distance, when it's time to move, let Cento Family Moving and Storage move you. CentoMoving.com.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show, also available to watch. Yeah, we like it when you watch at The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Now I smell it.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. I am Jim. Deb is here. Jack is here. And so is Ross. Speaking of Ross, let's find out what's in the old sauce jar.
Jim, I'm so happy that there is the sauce jar.
Are you?
Right? Sauce jar is great.
And the sauce jar is so good.
I mean, because
usually you don't talk about the sauce jar this much. What's going on?
What?
The sauce jar, you never know what's going to be inside. You spend the time each day, you open it up, you take the top off, you stick your hand in, and you don't know what you're going to pull out.
Yeah, and then you got to wait. Usually for the sauce jar as well, Jim, you have to wait to get texted a code.
Oh,
and then when you get the code texted to you,
Jimmy, you don't know the sauce jar has double verification.
Yeah. I'm not sure if you knew that, Jim.
I wasn't aware.
I mean, you like jars. Well, what's your favorite kind of jar, Jim?
Mason?
It's the kind that's on the air right now telling me what's in it.
Oh, man, Jim. You got to have more creativity with your jars.
How about I tell you who brings the jar?
Yeah. Who brought us the jar?
I will tell you, Ross, and I'm going to take a good long time to do it.
Oh, my God. I've got a pair of tickets to see Sal Vulcano December 4th at the Hard Rock Live, Orlando.
Oh, he's one of the
tenderloins.
The improbable,
Impractical Jokers, Jim.
Yeah.
Come on, what took you so long?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, because it is Wednesday, it's a week Winning Wednesday on our Real Radio Instagram. You can also win a pair of tickets to see Sal Vulcano there, as well as right now in Jim Colbert Trivia.
Tickets are now on sale for June 17th. Correction, the tickets are on sale in a couple of days at 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster. Guys, I think the jar broke or something.
I gotta tell you, the one thing I know for sure right now is there's zero question you deserve a bunch of free stuff from this place.
The good news is... The good news is that the sauce jar has now fixed itself. A pair of tickets to see Sal Vulcano December 4th at Hard Rock Live.
There you go.
And that is your sauce jar. Thank God it's over. Brought to you by
Cento Family Moving and Storage. Go local and support a family-owned and operated Orlando moving and storage company. breathe deeply, Ross. They can handle your move, local, long distance, residential, or commercial. Most important, mention the Jim Colbert Show because that will get you a discount. So book them today at CentoMoving.com. That's CENTO Moving.com. Back to you.
Real quick, if you don't mind, list your responsibilities for the show.
This is about half of it.
What is?
The sauce jar. The sauce jar. I like how everybody, this guy's laughing at me. He knows, people working here are laughing at me.
His tattoo is one right there. It says, I love ineptness.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's a marine biologist, so don't mess with that guy.
Casey, who goes first today, buddy?
How about some gym on gym action?
Oh, I knew it.
Now, is that biblical?
Nasty.
I've got that DVD.
Hey.
Jim, how you doing?
Doing great.
Want to play a little game with us?
Let's do it.
All right.
Oh, he took his line.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Fire it up, Casey.
All right, Jim, this is a very easy game. Got a question here for you. 4 answers. One of them is a lie. If you can find it, off to the sauce jar you go. Are you ready?
I am ready.
All right, on this day, we are broadcasting live from the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. Here are 3 fun facts about NASA and 1 fake moon landing of a lie.
Ooh.
Number 1, Lonnie Johnson, a NASA scientist that helped create the stealth bomber, also invented the Super Soaker. Number 2, NASA is estimated to have sent over 2,000 animals into space. Number 3, the Space Shuttle Endeavour was built using spare parts from shuttles Discovery and Atlantis. And lastly, NASA uses about 2% of all liquid oxygen produced in the U.S. Which of those is a lie?
How about number 2?
Number 2 is absolutely true, unfortunately. NASA is estimated to have sent about 2,000 animals into space. I think the number is actually closer to about 2,200.
Wow.
Thanks, buddy. You can get rid of him. Casey, if you don't mind, who's next?
Let's go with Chris.
Chris! How you doing, Chris? Welcome to the show.
Hey, I'm good.
Good, buddy. Here we go. Try to find the answer. We're talking about NASA here. Number 1, Lonnie Johnson.
That's not a good
I think we lost Chris.
No, Chris is still there. Chris is still there.
Oh, good. Oh, Chris is there. I'm here.
All right, Lonnie Johnson, a NASA scientist that helped create the stealth bomber, also invented the Super Soaker. Number 2, the Space Shuttle Endeavour was built using spare parts from shuttles Discovery and Atlantis. And lastly, NASA uses about 2% of all liquid oxygen produced in the U.S.
I'm going with the Super Soaker.
No, that's absolutely true.
Oh, sorry, Chris.
Lonnie Johnson, pretty smart guy. He says, I want to build an airplane that can't be seen by radar and a massive squirt gun.
Hand pump. I love that hand pump. That got me ready.
All right, who's next, Case?
Clint.
Clint.
Hey,
how
good
you doing,
afternoon.
Clint?
Doing good.
Gotta really be careful with that in there. All right, but here we go. Got a 50-50 shot here. We're talking about NASA. Number 1, the Space Shuttle Endeavour was built using spare parts from shuttles Discovery and Atlantis. Or lastly, NASA uses about 2% of all liquid oxygen produced in the U.S.
Let's go with liquid oxygen, number 4.
That's the one, dog. You're a winner.
Yay!
Yeah, there you go. I'm not even sure if that's true, but we're going to call it a lie anyway. Just made that up.
Sounds good.
But the Space Shuttle Endeavour, thanks for your call, buddy. We'll put him on hold. The Endeavour, by the way, we have a connection to that because earlier Bruce Melnick was telling us his first mission was the Endeavour.
And he watched it being constructed.
By old parts from another one. And they're going to put him in it.
Yeah. I want to ask him if
put me in an old 63 Galaxy made of parts by...
When you're on the maiden voyage, is there a little more nervousness because it hasn't flown yet?
That's a good idea.
Yeah. It's like the first time you use autopilot in Tesla. You don't know if you're going to get there or a wall. All right, you're a winner. A couple other things you may not know about NASA before we move forward to Ross Thoughts. The last induction of astronauts into NASA programs took 6,000 applicants to find just 8 people that were qualified.
Wow.
The Shuttle Enterprise was initially going to be named...
Wait, Enterprise?
The Shuttle Enterprise was initially going to be named...
Millennium Falcon?
Oh.
No.
X-Wing? I mean, it's
I'm
called
thinking Enterprise because
Yeah.
of Star Trek. I can't get.
It was, but that was only the test one.
So it was right. It was initially being called the Constitution,
Oh.
but Star Trek fans created a write-in program that named the craft Enterprise.
There we go.
There you go.
Trekkies.
There have been some weird. There have been some weird things left on the moon, guys. I don't know if you know that.
Oh, there's doo-doo.
Falcon's feather. A scientist remains. Hold
What
on, is that right?
Yeah, what happened there?
Oh yeah, scientist. They took a scientist's remains up in an urn, and they were left there.
I thought there was a moon murder.
Bags of human excrement.
Yeah.
And vomit, because we talked about that with Bruce.
Really?
2 golf balls, and a CD with a message of peace from 79 world leaders.
Okay, so the message of peace is lost when you've got bags of doo-doo and vomit.
Right. Also, let me tell you, there are 6 flags up there. We learned this the other day. The only thing is, they say with the sunlight and in the harsh environment, they're all bleached white right now. Like if you went up there and saw them, most of them you wouldn't even recognize. It would just look like a white square because the environment just destroys all the pigments in the color.
Well, that backfired. We tried to throw some pride within a country, but no, a surrender flag is the end
But
result.
real quick, why did we leave the doo-doo and the vomit on the moon?
Why bring it back?
You
It's
can
weight.
bring it back.
Yeah,
It's
you gotta
more weight.
Yeah, but we're polluting everywhere.
It's the moon.
You got to send
Yes.
a message.
Exactly.
Yeah. So when China gets there, it's like, they do that on us.
Listen, this is how we mark our territory like dogs.
Yeah, that's moon rules.
Take that, China.
There we go. There's a reason why the human race is ending.
This has nothing to do with a couple bags of doo-doo on the moon.
Yeah.
It's a big old moon, Deb.
Yeah, and they thought the same thing about the big old planet we're on, which is why we're sitting in a place that's trying to figure out about the next big planet we have to go to.
The moon's not loaded with roaches like us.
I don't know.
What's
You
coming up
seen
for
bags of dew?
What's coming up for thoughts?
I mean, not human ones. I've seen never mind. Listen.
Yeah.
I am very curious to debate this amongst ourselves. Also, there's some people over there that just met us today, and I would like to incorporate them if that's okay with them. They just found out that I'm even throwing this at them.
Okay.
Out of us 4, who would be the worst astronaut?
Oh my God. I think maybe the guy that can't ride a children's roller coaster.
We're going to debate it.
All right. We'll do that next here on the Jim Colbert Show.
It's another Winning Wednesday on our Instagram page at Real Radio 1041. The clock is running. Today, you could win a pair of tickets to see comedian Sal Vulcano from Impractical Jokers at Hard Rock Live. Real Radio 1041 on Instagram is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Well, we're seeing heavy showers, especially throughout Orange County on the east side, so take it easy if you have to be on the roads. Stopping of volume continues eastbound on I-4 between 417 and State Road 535, as well as westbound between World Drive and Osceola Polk Line Road. Delays continue south on 429 between the Turnpike and Stony Brook West Parkway. See traffic problems? Call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by InvisibleFence.com. Whether you want your pet to have the independence to run and play outside, or you need to correct some mischievous behaviors like digging in the trash, the hands-on trainers from Invisible Fence brand train your pets for you. Visit InvisibleFence.com to learn more. Invisible Fence brand. Surround your pets with care.
I could ask my family for money, and I'm sure they'd help me out, but I'd rather depend on me.
An Amscot cash advance could mean up to $500 on the spot with no credit check. Get started at Amscot.com.
Amscot.
Some restrictions apply.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. The one who just thought about checking your phone. How about don't? The car is no place for multitasking. Trust me, that text can wait. Those notifications can go unchecked until you get where you're going. Did you know that you can now be stopped and ticketed in Florida for texting and driving? So put that phone down and focus on driving. This message brought to you by the Florida Department of Transportation.
This job, we fight for as many people as we can. Sometimes people are afraid to fight the insurance companies. That's why I'm here. Injured on the go, just call Mo. Mo DeWitt. Offices, Orlando and Tampa.
Hey, Central Florida. Don't you miss when life was easy? I sure do. RC Hill here from RC Hill Mitsubishi. Today, buying a car is as easy as one and done. Visit just one dealership, put just $1 down, and you're done. You could drive a new Mitsubishi today, like the all-new 2022 Outlander in stock and ready for delivery. So if you hate your old ride, give it the old one and done, because you could drive a nice new car for just $1 down. Has buying a car been a hassle in the past? We've got the one and done solution for every situation. Still owe on your current loan or lease? One and done. Payments too high? One and done. Nervous about past credit mishaps? One and done. It's that easy. So ditch your old ride, regardless of miles or condition, and drive a nicer, newer car for just $1 down. Only at my one and done sale at RC Hill Mitsubishi. I'm RC Hill. I'm your car dealer next door. See all the cars online at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit and $1 down require bank approval. Stock number 1574. $1 down, $289 per month for 72 months at 5.9 APR. Visit rchill.com for details.
Tools Ace Hardware has all the best brands for Dad this Father's Day. For the DIY Dad, get great deals on power tools from DeWalt and Milwaukee. For the fishing Dad, get him a Yeti cooler or a new pair of Costa Del Mar sunglasses. For the yard Dad, get the best in outdoor power equipment from Steel and Ego. And for the barbecue boss, get free assembly and delivery on any $3.99 grill and up from Weber, Big Green Egg, and Traeger. Tools Ace Hardware has 11 convenient locations in Central Florida, or you can shop online at acehardware.com for free in-store pickup or delivery. Tools Ace, your local helpful place.
This is Steve Kramer. Let me tell you a business secret. There are sketch companies out there selling awards. Make sure the awards earned by your lawyer are from respected organizations. At Trenley Kramer Law, our lawyers have been recognized by Orlando Magazine Best Lawyers, Florida Trend Legal Elite, Super Lawyers, and listed in U.S. News as a best law firm for years. We've earned the awards that can't be bought. Trenley Kramer, TK Law, OneFirmForLife.com.
The only way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the only way to get it is at Jersey Mike's, because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
Roof now, pay later. Tadlock Roofing offers the best financing in the industry. Get started at tadlockroofing.com.
One name in roofing stands on top. Tadlock.
Tadlockroofing.com.
Is your current home loan the right fit for you? Rising home values mean that you could have more home equity than you might imagine. And if you're considering a refi, an expertly chosen loan from Loan Depot could save you thousands. Ask about their smart term loans, cash out, and over 300 loan options to find just the right mortgage loan for you. Call now, 866-888-LOAN, or go to loandepot.com. Loan Depot, where home means everything. Rates are subject to change. Equal housing opportunity lender. NMLS number 174457. Licensed in all 50 states.
Fence Outlet has the largest selection of fencing options in the state with over 400,000 square feet of showroom and warehouse space. Get 0% financing for 12 months for your gorgeous new fence. Book your appointment online today. Go to fenceoutlet.com. License number C-10252 and C-10803.
If you've ever ordered food for work, you understand. It's different. There's just so much more at stake. Whether it's a meeting, a client call, or lunch with the office that has to arrive at the actual lunchtime, food for work has to work. That's why there's Easy Cater. Food that's on time and as ordered from over 82,000 restaurants. And if there's a problem, rare, you can reach someone in seconds.
Thank you for calling Easy Cater.
Some food just doesn't work at work, but Easy Cater just does. Order 24/7 at easycater.com.
This hour of programming brought to you in part by FAS Windows and Doors.
Summer's hottest certified pre-owned vehicles. They're at Sutherland Nissan Orlando.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind studio. Your accident, your future, your attorney. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or call pound 546 from your cell. You're listening to WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Now #1 for podcasting. We are an iHeartRadio station. We now return to the Jim Colbert Show. Already in progress.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Again, broadcasting live from the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. The Gateway attractions all closed up for the day, but you can come back tomorrow and enjoy everything these guys have to offer. Simply amazing. Just talking to Theron, whom we have on here in a couple seconds. But if you haven't been to the Deep Space Launch Complex called Gateway here, just opened today, it's included with your admission. No extra charges here. You walk in, you get to enjoy everything. And the great thing, this area specifically really does bridge that gap in generations that love the space program, from what we knew as the shuttle and the Apollo missions all the way up now to SpaceX and Starliner. It's all right here. Your kids can enjoy it. You'll love it. Try it out. You're going to love it again. That's the Gateway Deep Space Launch Complex, open right now at the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. Welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb and Jack are here. Let's get some Ross thoughts.
It's weird. It's
Kennedy
funny.
Space Center.
Sometimes.
Little remix. I can't believe we're here.
Ross. Spelled like sauce. It's
Keep in history.
Ross Thoughts.
Ross Thoughts, as always, brought to you by Mills Air. First and foremost, before we have the great astronaut debate, and I'm pretty sure I already know Deb's answer, is there any aspect of the whole, we sent a monkey into space in, I think, in the late 40s. We sent I don't know, I say
dogs.
we as in Earth.
Well, lots of dogs. I mean, we've sent tons of dogs.
Yeah, we sent a dog. We
Insects,
sent a monkey.
raccoons,
Flies.
All kinds of stuff.
Any part of you find that a little funny?
I mean, it's a necessity. Where's the humor?
Because the dog doesn't know what the hell is going on.
It does not.
Not at all.
And there's pictures of them strapped in.
Yeah.
I think, was it the Soyuz? I think the Russians were one of the first.
Yeah. Sputnik.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a dog named Mutnik?
I don't know.
Mutnik. They should have called it Mutnik. Just throwing that out there.
All right.
That saddens you, Deb?
No, I mean, it's part of science. They're going to send an animal before they send a human.
They had no idea.
Yeah, the animals.
I open up my back door, my dog doesn't know what's going on. Imagine sending a dog thousands. That just blows my mind.
Even better, I don't know about your dogs, but look, when we open the door and we say, let's go, my dog knows it's ride time. Right? Could you imagine opening the door to that thing and they just think it's a normal ride? Next thing you know, they're pulling 6 Gs?
Yeah. The dog how's that for a walk?
Yeah. And they're sad because they can't stick their head out the window.
Yeah, they can't even do that. I think animals in space, although very serious, scientific, has a silver lining of being kind of cute and funny to me. Just a straight,
all right,
little canine chilling hundreds of miles into the sky. Kills me every time. This is why I think I would be the best astronaut out of us four.
Oh, you're automatically giving yourself. Okay, that's fine.
Clearly, the guy who the last time we were here sat on the floor of the virtual reality thing while throwing Martian dust in the air.
Yeah, because it was fun. I was exploring.
When he and I were on the ride and you had to hit the panic button to stop the ride.
Why are you doing that, Jack?
We're just saying you're the one. You're the one who's crowned yourself the astronaut of the group. I mean, we're just asking questions.
Do you guys not take pride in who you are? Don't you also think that you guys would be the best astronaut?
Absolutely.
I know for a fact I am not going to be the best astronaut. Straight up. Here's my astronaut experience. The instant I get in the machine, I throw up for 3 straight days.
Okay.
Including lungs, at least part of my large intestine.
Okay, but that's not all of it.
And I'm going to lose an eye.
What about leadership skills? You got to be a good leader if you're an astronaut.
Hard to be a leader when you're projectile vomiting into nothingness.
Oh, yeah.
I can't. I would be bad at it.
Houston, we have a small exorcism here. He's losing everything.
I do think that your boyish interest in things would be very valuable in a space program. That you're not afraid to ask questions that seem to be out there on the edge of reality. I would not do that.
AKA ask questions that may be deemed as a stupid question.
But I would never say that because there are no stupid questions, especially when you're at a place like this. I mean, anything could spur on an idea that solves the problem. You never know.
You think there's no stupid questions? And I hear a challenge. Deb, do you think you would be the best astronaut, and why?
No. I do not think I would make a good astronaut.
All right, so I guess it's just
just the 3 of you.
No, here's the reason why.
It's me and you, Ross.
Yep.
Yeah, no, but I can explain.
And that's why.
But let me, how about with Deb? Airlock, non-smoking.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't smoke in space, dude.
Yeah, you can patch up, though.
No,
Yeah.
You just walk up looking like a mummy.
Could you imagine if you get up there and you realize that your patches are like for colds?
Yeah.
And there you are, 3 days, no nicotine, a smoker like 25 years. Everybody dies.
Everybody dies.
Everybody dies.
And then that weight you were worried about with the poo and vomit on the moon, not a problem.
Yeah, all right.
Why not?
because your bodies I wouldn't have the weight of your bodies to weigh me down.
Yeah.
All right.
3 days without a smoke, you guys are going out the airlock.
All right. Okay, now I see what you're saying. You're going to kill us.
Yeah, it's a death.
See ya.
It's a death thing.
All right, who wants to piss me off next?
Jack.
I think, I think Jack's the guy.
No.
Oh, yeah, he's already got the astronaut hair,
think Jack's
dude.
the guy.
I got astronaut hair. Don't make that noise. Why make that noise?
You got surfer hair.
You have spaceman hair.
Spaceman hair. Spaceman.
That's not astronaut.
What's a spaceman?
Well,
Someone who came from out there.
yeah. It's like you were sent here, is what we're saying.
Do you have to pass a drug test to be an astronaut?
My God, Ross.
Can I ask that question? I'm asking an official person.
Yeah,
you do?
She said yeah.
Hold on, let me ask the second part, because he's an even weed. Yeah. So
Okay. All right. Okay, so I'll Wizinator it.
patch up, dog. Patch up.
Yeah. Patch up. I think I would be the best astronaut out of us four. And Jack's over here sitting all high on his tower.
I'm telling you, Bradshaw's the guy. He's disciplined. He doesn't forget anything. He's got his S together mostly.
Straight edge.
Doesn't party really.
Yeah, but you need a little cowboy in your astronaut.
There's no question. I think the two of you would be the team, though. If they were to send up a team, they would send up you.
And I would take you with me, but you did hit that panic button on a ride before, buddy.
Yeah.
Why you gotta keep bringing up my rock bottom moment?
Can you imagine being up there with Ross? You're into the flight 17 minutes, and he can't stop asking questions. What's that star
What
there
does this
called?
do?
What's
What
that
does this do? What does this do?
Hence the airlock.
Hey, he's constantly looking out the window going, that's Australia. That's Japan.
Can I hit this button?
That's the Maldives.
Can I hit this button? Can I hit this button?
The entire flight, 3 days, is just him hitting sound effects.
How about this one?
What, is that a bird? What was that?
Crickets.
Crickets.
I see. That's a dumb question. That was a dumb question. That was obvious.
Those are all the animals that went up on the last flight.
I think I got it. It's not funny if I think I'm the best astronaut.
It's okay.
The people are laughing.
It's odd that you do, though, because you even know you're trying. Look, here's the thing: you're pretty self-aware. You even understand your shortcomings, right? And there are lots.
What are you segueing into? I got this. You want me to spin around?
Ross, they would have to
spin pretty fast.
They would have to put another booster on just to get your ankles airborne.
Oh, no. What are you talking about? These ankles are perfect for space.
They're very sturdy.
In space, no one can hear you scream. The size of my ankles.
There's no chafing in space.
There's no chafing in space.
Oh, by the way, somebody asked about that the minute we got here. Somebody asked if you were still chafing.
Oh, yeah, I know. It's bad.
They asked if you'd be able to walk from the parking lot to the new exhibit here.
I had a small limp. If you were wondering, it was a little spicy out there. You know,
she was concerned.
That's another thing. You can't chafe in space.
I can chafe in space.
You would chafe during a spacewalk. You'd get up there and walk 5 feet. Next thing you know, you'd be pissed off. You're chafing.
All right.
That's not going to look good in the media photos.
Walking off the shuttle like a pants full.
Everything went fine there. How you doing, partner?
I don't know. Don't ask any questions. Let's say there's a big old bag on the moon.
All right. Before we get out of here, we should let the queen. Who do you think out of us four would be the best astronaut? Got to be prepared for any situation. That's me. Okay.
They could get you stoned in space.
Get you stoned up there. That way you think outside the box while Jack is kind of maintaining everything like the square that he is.
Can I go back on this mission now?
You see, Deb's about it. Jack, we're
in the
smoking
name of
joints
science.
in space.
Science.
All right.
Deb wants to fly on the bong liner.
I'm just happy that we all could collectively agree that I would be the best astronaut, because that's what happened, right?
I think it's pretty much exactly what happened. We all agreed.
Just lie to me. I need this.
You'd be the best. I'll give you the cookie.
You know, the only reason why, though, there's only one way that I would go to space, Jim.
How's that?
Mills Air.
If Mills Air was part of my spaceship.
You guys can't let this guy have a punchline, can you?
I'm not trying. I'm not trying to go to space in 90, 100-degree weather.
No, dude.
I'm trying to get my nice Mills Air Freon chill on.
If space doesn't feel like your house, you want no part of it.
Yeah, then I'm out. I might be the worst astronaut because in the paperwork it's going to say Mills Air or bust. Because I love my house. I love the AC in my home. Mills Air completely saved where I live. They looked at my house and they went, yeah, it's a little tough, but we got this. No other AC company would touch my home because it would not accommodate for an AC unit. I got a Carrier unit, 15 SEER. According to Jack, that means it's energy efficient. I believe that's true. Hell yeah. I'm addicted to my home and how cool it is. I can turn up and down the temperature through my smartphone. It's amazing. They can work on any brand out there, but if you do have a Carrier, turn to the experts at Carrier. Call today, schedule your appointment, 407-277-1159 or online, millsair.com. Hit them up. I might be the best astronaut the world has ever not seen. Those are your Ross thoughts. I'm out. Peace.
All right, buddy. 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. The man joins us next. The thing we're sitting in, his project. Theron Prossie joins us. He's the Chief Operating Officer here at the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex, and he's next here on the Jim Colbert Show.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7. It's a corporate time with Tom and Dan, brought to you by Gringos Locos and SecuredRoofingAndRestoration.com. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James, Miguel, Mike, and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Some pretty heavy showers coming down out there, especially in the eastern portion of Orange County, so take it easy if you have to be on the roads. It's slick out there, too, eastbound on I-4 between 417 and State Road 535, as well as westbound I-4 between World Drive and Osceola Polk Line Road. The turnpike's still slow northbound between the 408 and 429. See traffic problems? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Truly Nolan. Termites can tunnel for years without a peep, unless you've invited Truly Nolan to chase down and eliminate the problem. With Truly Nolan's Total Termite Protection Plan, there's no escape. For a free inspection and $100 off termite control, visit trulynolan.com.
Thinking about a new fence? How about a beautiful new fence from our friends over at Mossy Oak Fence? They have a great way to add appeal and value to your home. It's also a great way to provide more safety and security for your family, children, and your pets. Have a dog or new puppy? Well, visit mossyoakfences.com and ask about their puppy picket. That's right. A Mossy Oak Fence is your family's safety and security. That's their #1 priority. Put the fence freaks to work for you. Visit mossyoakfences.com. And as always, let the Mossy family protect your family today.
As a rental property owner, you can do a lot of things yourself, but 2 things you can't do unless you hire the Realty Medics, get real-time information on your properties, and get an entire year's worth of rent up front. Only the Realty Medics offers upfront rent. You get a year's worth paid upfront, putting $10,000 to $30,000 in your pocket fast. And they are the only company in Florida to offer upfront rent. Only the Realty Medics has the Property Performance Dashboard, tracks showings and applications, rent payments, tenant damage estimates, work orders, and property inspections, and even more. Just 2 more reasons why the Realty Medics are the highest rated and most reviewed property management company in Central Florida. Hey, take 5 minutes on therealtymedics.com to see how they've made DIY landlording obsolete. And for a limited time, they'll even give you 2 months of management free when you use promo code FREE1041. That's therealtymedics.com, promo code FREE1041.
Car crash? Call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Make this the year you go to our iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Right now, Capital One cardholders get first dibs on tickets to our 2022 iHeartRadio Music Festival. Only available while supplies last, or until Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern. So don't miss it. Plus, add a Capital One Access Pass to your purchase to attend a VIP event with a private performance from Avril Lavigne. Only available during the cardholder presale.
Presale tickets are limited and will go fast at iHeartRadio.com/Capital One.
Sunnyside Air Conditioning.
I think I need a new air conditioner. It's so hot and my old one...
We now have voice recognition. Simply say what you need.
New air conditioner.
Speak clearly and tell me what it is you want.
New air conditioner.
Go ahead, explain your problem.
You're my problem.
I heard you say there's no problem. Well, jolly good, off you go.
No, there's a problem. I need a new air conditioner.
I heard you say no problem with your air conditioner. Don't know why you called to tell us that.
This would never happen with Frank Gay.
But you didn't call Frank Gay.
Wish I had.
I heard you say...
You heard me say I'm calling Frank Gay.
When you need AC replacement, you need it done right. A friendly, helpful team to guide you, and the air in your home cool, clean, and comfortable for years to come. That's the Frank Gay way.
I heard you say you wish you had called Frank Gay. Was that it? Did I get it right this time?
That's the Frank Gay way. FrankGayServices.com.
Is an Amscot cash advance right for you? Compare for yourself. Often, it can be less than the late fee on an overdue bill. With Amscot, you could get up to $500 on the spot with no credit check.
Amscot.
Some restrictions apply.
Man, when the big box stores wanted to partner up with the bathroom remodeling company, they chose Rebath because of their stellar reputation and the fact they've been in the residential bathroom remodeling business since 1991, 31 years. That's pretty good. Plus, they chose Rebath because their franchises have the proper license, the proper insurance, they're dependable, they have great standards of performance, and they have processes to ensure thoroughness. Plus, they background check all their employees. So, look, before you choose a company to remodel your bathroom, do what the big box stores did. They research the company, know who you're going to be dealing with because you have no recourse with other bathroom remodeling companies. Plus, these guys are awesome. Their showroom up in 436 in Altamont is so cool. You go in and you actually see these materials they're going to be using to build your bathroom. And that's it because every bathroom's custom. They just build those to show you. And the good thing about Rebath is they control every single aspect of the rebuild. The cabinetry, the lighting, the tile, the toilets, the sinks, they're all right there. Plenty of choices so that you get the design you want. Hop onto their website, rebathmidfla.com. Look at those before and afters. That can happen in your house. Book your appointment today, guys. It's rebathmidfla.com.
If you suffer from ED, 15 minutes could change your life. Peak Performance for Men offers a revolutionary treatment called Focus Linear Compression Therapy. There's no pain, no needles, and no downtime. Now Peak Performance for Men is offering your first complete treatment free, a $600 value with qualifying protocol enrollment. There's never been a better time or a better deal to fix ED. Call Orlando's only trusted Focus Linear Compression Therapy provider today at 407-464-8181.
Join Jim Colbert on The Jim Colbert Show for his Cigar of the Week segment every Friday afternoon at 3:45. You can pick up these featured cigars at all 3 Corona Cigar Company locations, Dr. Phillips, Heathrow, and downtown. Learn more at coronacigar.com.
Want to hear something that's going to make you feel better? Seeing your own primary care doctor, now just around the corner. At Village Medical at Walgreens. Our providers and care teams take care of you with same-day appointments, extended hours, and virtual visits too. You get the comprehensive care you need when and where you want it. Experience exceptional care at Village Medical. Book your primary care appointment at villagemedical.com/getcare. That's villagemedical.com/getcare.
Are you tired of paying high interest rates on your student loans, car loans, or credit cards? Sage Mortgage and their quick cash refi can help. Home values have gone through the roof, so why not use some of that money to consolidate all of your debt into one payment at a lower interest rate? Not only can Sage Mortgage's quick cash refi get you a quote in 15 seconds, but they can get your debt consolidated in nearly half the time of the big banks, saving you money quicker, all while providing top-notch customer service, which you can see from their 4.8 stars out of 5 on Bankrate.com. Visit them online and see your guaranteed low quick cash refi rate in only 15 seconds at sagemortgage.com or call in at 855-836-0352. That's 855-836-0352. With Sage Mortgage on your side, you may be richer than you think. Forward Mortgage Lending Incorporated, DBA Sage Mortgage, NMLS ID number 1374724. Not available in all states. Equal housing opportunity. This is not a commitment to lend. Not all loans apply. Terms and conditions apply. Call us at 855-836-0352.
Divorce? Call Trenley and Kramer, TK Law, onefirmforlife.com.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show. Also available to watch at The Jim Colbert Show on Facebook.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. You can always text us, 77031. It's been a dream out here today, broadcasting live from the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. We'd love to come out whenever they do something new or just to come out and hang out. They're good people out here that run this place. I was just talking to some of the great employees, like the suits on this. The suits here are the coolest suits that we deal with my entire career.
Yeah.
Like nobody, the people who run these businesses do not look like they run these businesses. They're just real super down to earth, and they really know how to make a connection with everybody they deal with. It's just been a wonderful experience.
Plus, they're cool people.
And we're here at the Gateway, the new Gateway attraction, and it's simply amazing. If you haven't been out here and check it out yet, you have to. It's called Gateway, the Deep Space Launch Complex. Just opened today. You can tell by all the fingerprints on the glass. I got a big cleaning ahead of them. But, man, people are in there just absolutely crushing it today. And you guys took the ride. I did not take the ride. You said it was amazing.
It was fun and oddly relaxing. It was, you learn a lot, but, you feel like you're moving through space, and they have you're getting hit with wind and stuff.
Oh,
so
yeah.
you come out of it, it's just like, that was nice.
Yeah.
Ross was the one who pointed that out.
Yeah. I felt like I had like a green tea. It was so
Yeah,
it
relaxing
was so
massage.
nice.
Well, welcome back. I am Jim. Dad, Jack, and Ross are here, but let's introduce our next guest. He's the Chief Operating Officer, and as I see it, that's where it all ends, right?
Right, yeah.
The guy who runs the show. Give it up for Theron Prossie.
Yay!
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you.
yeah.
What's up, Killer? How you doing?
Good. How you doing, sir?
Doing wonderful. You guys.
Don't call him sir.
You guys slink around this place like you've done nothing. It kills me. And this is your thing, right? This is your whole deal.
This is his baby.
Yeah, this is the amazing partnership with NASA and we have with Delaware North and the team that I have. I'm just humble and blessed, and to sit and talk about an idea that start off as a little exhibit hall of roughly 10,000 square feet to turn into something like this. At over 50,000 square feet. An amazing educational experience that makes you feel like you're going through space. It's something of a labor of love, and it's a dream that's come true. So
it's interesting. For years when I was younger, my father, before my mom and dad got divorced, only watched a few TV shows, and he was fascinated with Carl Sagan. Right, Carl Sagan.
Yep.
What was the show? Cosmos. There it is. Cosmos, right? And that's what you watched.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
You watched 60 Minutes. You watched Cosmos. You watched, all those shows. Like, if you were that middle-aged dad who was really into stuff, and I understand, we were just talking right before we came on the air that Carl Sagan was a big influence on you.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you got the whole billions and billions.
Yeah.
I never say it, but
Billions and
billions. Yeah, it's so he was memorizing, and when he had his show, and Neil deGrasse Tyson does it.
Yes, I love him too.
On Cosmos as well. Yeah, and instead of just sitting there acting, like you're in front of a chalkboard, they made a set that looked like a spaceship of the imagination, and that's what they called it. And it just memorized me, like you felt like you were flying through space. With private tourism, in the very near future, we thought, what if we did the same thing here? What if we created a spaceport that looked like the 2050s, and you went on different journeys, and you could go to different parts of space and learn and understand why space exploration is so important. And we wanted you to feel like you're actually flying, so it's fun.
That's amazing. A TV show makes such an impact on somebody as a kid that you grow up and you keep that dream in your head, and when you get the opportunity, you spring it. Now, when you say this, I say this is your idea. I know that this was your project to manage, and you talk about the idea. So did the seed of this come from you when you were pitching this to is that how it happened, or?
No, actually, I credit one of our great contracting officer representatives at NASA who started talking. We went on a mission to try to work with the space companies to bring in more artifacts and actually flight-flown vehicles of today. And we had a little area right next to our IMAX building, and it got full quickly. So we went on a mission to get as many of those vehicles in that area. And when it got full, I was walking around with the NASA contracting officer, and he said, we need to build an exhibit hall because we're too jammed tight. And that's how it created. So he really planted the seed, and then it was just a team effort to turn it into what it is today.
Here with Theron Prossie, he's the CEO or COO of the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex, and we're here at the Gateway Deep Space Launch Complex. The facility is amazing, and every time I look at the SpaceX booster here, that is, like I said, it takes up the entire building. Again, another project you built a building around. You guys are great at that. But then I look at this thing here, the Sierra. This is the Dream Chaser.
Correct.
And it's interesting because right behind me is a module that says Sierra Space. I'd never even heard of Sierra Space before I came in today, and I was like, "Well, is that a module to that?" And then you actually got a little bit of a smile because this is the newest machine. For these guys, and we were just told earlier by Kelvin that this thing could be flying in the next year or so.
Yep.
I read 2026. So talk to me about this thing. Why does this belong in here if it's not even flown yet?
Yeah, she's a beauty, isn't she? Well, Sierra Space.
Thank you.
There you go. Sierra Space is just an amazing company. Janet Cavandi, heads up that company, and they've just been amazing partners. Their whole team is just really excited, the passion that they have. And, this is something that's going to fly in the very near future. And right now it's going to start flying cargo to the ISS at some point. That's the hope and mission. And then ultimately you'll see a window. Right now it doesn't have a window because it's actually replicating the autonomous one, but there'll be a window there. We'll fly crew. So, and to your point, Jim, you pointed out the cargo modules. These are the things that it'll carry to the ISS, and hopefully, someday the gateway that'll be around the moon. So these vehicles are just absolutely amazing. So much smaller than the shuttle, kind of looks like the shuttle.
Right.
And I always love Sierra Space. They always go wings are back. As homage from the shuttle, so it's great.
That's great. Yeah.
Darren, how many crew would that hold a ship of that
Right now,
size?
right now it's 7.
Yeah,
7, and that's with cargo as well.
And what's great about the Gateway attraction is that, you're going to see these vehicles take flight. But when you come to the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex and you come to the new Gateway attraction, you're going to have a better idea of what's going into space because you and your kids are going to have a chance to walk around and see how they pack that cargo to go to the ISS. So it kind of feels like you get a little bit more skin in the game than you usually do with one of these missions. From the Boeing Starliner, the capsules they're actually using to train the Starliner crew, to be able to bring your kids and the family here to walk around and touch and walk inside and kind of get a view of it. For most of us, it's the closest we'll ever come to going to space.
Yeah, no, it's something that we truly love here. I mean, you look at the SpaceX booster you point out, it's funny, it's flown to space, right? But twice.
Right.
That's what I love about it. Just with the technologies and the advancements that's happening, we're looking at a space booster that's been to space twice.
That's unbelievable.
And that's just amazing.
And the other thing I look around is this is really, to me, what makes this particular building so unique, right? So what do you see that's different in this building when you look around? You see 4 different companies.
Right.
4 private companies are within 100 feet.
Oh, you're right.
Lockheed
SpaceX.
Martin, Boeing, Sierra, and SpaceX. You could throw a golf ball or baseball to every one of these. This relationship, this private sector relationship with NASA has become very interesting to watch. We actually talked about it with Kelvin a little bit. And when you go to get these modules to put in here, is there negotiating, or do you guys do they? If I was Boeing, I would die to get. I would be like, I got to have something in there. Like, you'd want to be represented in here. Is that how they look at it?
That's how we pitch it to them, yes.
He's a smart man.
Because, you got, and to your point, Aerojet Rocketdyne, you have ULA, to your right, it's all within a throw's distance. And, really telling them that and going to them saying, we want to tell your story. Because to your point, there's so many things going on the Space Coast right now. People don't know. I've been up in Florida, Tallahassee, and people don't even realize that we launch it. And I just went to a Space Force seminar, and we have possible 67 launches this year. 67 launches. I mean, it's getting to the point where if you miss your launch at 10, you can say stick around to 1. I mean, it's happening. Yeah. Seeing 2 rockets on a pad is not crazy anymore. Yeah. So it's just constantly just evolving to something truly spectacular.
Of the private companies, who is the easiest to deal with?
I'm not
all of them.
All of them. Who's your favorite?
Come on, dude.
You're not getting me down that. No, you're not.
Plus, with a room full of executives.
Well, hold on. There's provenance here. Boeing's been with you guys a very long time. If you said Boeing, nobody would freak out, would they? I mean, you have the longest relationship with them. The reason I'm trying to ask that is this. So you have had a tenured relationship with Boeing and Lockheed Martin, for that matter. Everybody knows that. But the newcomer, SpaceX, Blue Origin, Starliner, this company here, Sierra, I just heard about that CEO today. Those newcomers, are they more hungry than the guys who've been here a while?
No, I really, and I can honestly say this, they are all hungry. They all want to be a part of the new mission. And I think the big thing about Gateway is that Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex has always been kind of the past teller, the storyteller. And now with Gateway, now all these companies are coming on strong, and they want to get their name out there. They want to show people what's going on. So I think they were all equally, for the most part, easy to work with, and they were great. And some took a little bit more persuading than others, but for the most part, I mean, Boeing, Lockheed Martin, they've been around for a long time, but and they really want to tell their story here, and we're excited about that. Aerojet Rocketdyne, ULA. It's just a much more of a media frenzy now to try to get your name out.
I don't see any Blue Origin stuff in here, whatever.
No, and we're working with Blue Origin right now. So, we've had one of their top marketing executives in here last night. And he got a kind of an understanding of what this building is. And we already have a letter of intent to, possibly to work on a simulator, their capsule simulator.
Wow.
So there's a lot of really good things that are happening. With the SpaceX, we're working on, a possible suit over here. So things are, again, constantly evolving here. There's going to be some things popping up on a daily basis to some extent.
Yeah, we're talking to Theron Prossie. He's the COO of the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. Jack?
Well, I was just wondering, now that it's open, it might be easier to sell. It's like, when you see all your competition in this room, it's like, well, I need to be represented here.
Yeah.
Let's put more in.
Yeah, you're 100% right. When we first started showing the renderings and the fly-through, you don't grasp it, right? And then you can't get the depth and how, to your point, how big the SpaceX booster is above you.
You just can't.
And then you get in here, and we had some partners in here that aren't in here yet. Yeah. And then it really, the light clicked on and going, we need to be in here. So.
Because your jaw drops as soon as you walk in and you look up and you see that SpaceX, that Falcon 9, you're like, what?
Right. And Jim brings up a good point. All these companies together trying to tell their story. I think that's a great homage to, rising tide lifts up all boats.
It also shows to me, I mean, the government really, I'm 54. The government really hasn't shown much of a proclivity to reach out to the private sector to help because they've been so non-transparent about a lot of the technology and a lot of the missions that have been going on. But that really has kind of fallen to the side because if you have private investors who want to sink the cash into it and it saves taxpayers money and we still get the same technology out of it with a partnership, I mean, why wouldn't you do that? That really just kind of goes to show you how generationally we are changing as a country the way we look at space travel.
Yeah, I could not have said it better myself. That's 100% correct.
Yeah, crazy. You should hire me, buddy.
I think you did.
A marketing guy.
Just write the number on the napkin. We'll talk later.
So I've got to ask. I've been asking this question to all of our guests. What's your go-to space movie? Feed me.
Lately, The Martian. I love The Martian.
Wow,
that's
The Martian. Yeah,
I read the book. It was absolutely hilarious, and you learn so much. And you find out that NASA actually worked with that crew to make sure what they said could actually happen, and that was just intriguing to me. So. I guess there's so many. I love space, but that would probably be my go-to that I just can't turn off.
And Bruce Melnick said the exact same thing. Would just praise the book, love the movie, but he said the book's even better.
Oh, the book's way better. Sorry, the movie's great, but the book is phenomenal.
That's the Matt Damon one?
Yes.
Did you see the one Interstellar with Clooney and was it Sandra Bullock?
No, that's Matthew McConaughey.
Matthew McConaughey?
Yeah, that's not you're talking about Gravity?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you like Gravity?
Gravity was not realistic enough for me to really enjoy
Really?
that.
How dare you? That's George Clooney. He's
I
an
know.
American.
I'm a huge fan of George Clooney, so.
Oh, see, that fascinates me. Now, that would be fascinating to watch a space movie with someone with a real knowledge of space.
I mean, it wouldn't.
No, it wouldn't.
Be
Because
annoying as hell.
Yeah, 100%.
I would sit down and watch a movie with Bruce Melnick any day of the week and have him tell me the reality of space.
They did that, didn't they? Didn't you guys do that with Armageddon? And you sat there and there's like 50,000 mistakes in there.
Oh,
the
yeah.
astronauts like, that's wrong.
Yeah. Even First Man. I mean, I'm sitting in front of some engineers who are like, oh, that would never happen. Oh, that, and they're talking the whole time. You just want to turn around and go, okay, just let's enjoy the movie.
Shut up. We get it. You're smart.
Exactly. Yeah.
Shut up. So this is just open day one.
Day one.
I can't imagine well, maybe I can, that you're looking forward to the next thing that's going to be built here, but you have to. I mean, you have to keep up. Central Florida is no joke when it comes to, getting those tourist dollars and getting them in the building. You have to constantly evolve into something cooler, more unique. The attention spans of these youth is considerably smaller and shorter. So what is next?
Yeah, I bet you all these companies would fight over a roller coaster.
Yeah. Well, without letting anything out of the bag, and we drive, to your point, we don't use any tax dollar monies here.
Right.
So, the only way we prosper and able to do things like this is through the attendance. So our guests are the most valued people we have that can truly help us tell the story. But, I can tell you there is a very comprehensive master plan. We try to pulse everything every 13 months. So there's already things in the queue for the next step. The next one is really cool. The next two are really cool. Then we're building up our infrastructure quite a bit to hopefully not a roller coaster, but something, all I can tell you is a lot of G's and a lot of weightlessness. But I'll always say, people always say they want to feel space. Well, you better have a bag next to you if that's the case.
Okay.
Yeah, Bruce was telling us that if you ask any astronaut if they got sick while in space and they say no, they're like straight up a liar.
Yeah.
Or they're trying to save their manhood or whatever because you can't avoid it.
Right.
It just has that effect on your body. Buddy, listen, every time we get to talk to you, it's inspirational because we get to see what you're doing over here and these great, gigantic ideas that we get to be immersed in as we kind of move forward in our career and our partnership with you. And I can't thank you enough for the invite to come over and do this and spending some time with us, brother.
Yeah,
Jim,
thank you.
You guys are amazing. So thank you so much for the support, and I truly enjoyed being on.
And thanks for the dope shirt.
Hey, absolutely.
Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely. Fits well.
It does. They do fit great.
Where's his?
It's at home.
Yeah, nice try. Nice try.
You can punch him. We all do. We love it.
That's right. Hey, thanks very much for having me on.
Thanks,
Theron.
All right. Be sure to come out and check it out. These guys worked hard to put this together.
Yeah, they do.
And you can see it. Every dime spent, you can see it. They really do a great job. It's fully immersive, tons of stuff to do, and we hope that you come over to the new Gateway Deep Space Launch Complex. You will absolutely love it. Let's take a little break. Get loaded up for last call. We'll do that and then get the hell out of here on a Wednesday.
Make us think or make it funny. Just make it good. Get on board now for Last Call on the Jim Colbert Show. 407-916-1041. From the Driveway.com Weather Center.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. And we are going to be very hot through Saturday before some slightly cooler weather works in for early next week. Tonight down to 77, tomorrow the high 96. Just a 20% chance for a late day storm. Dry on Friday with 97, then on Saturday, 99 degrees. That's when our rain chances go up. A likely chance Saturday evening, and then again on Sunday ahead of the cooler air for early next week with 80s returning. For the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by UniversalOrlandoJobs.com.
Every day, Universal Orlando Resort makes memories that last a lifetime. Now you can be a part of it too. We're currently hiring for full-time, part-time, and seasonal positions starting at $15 an hour. Apply today at UniversalOrlandoJobs.com. Epic jobs for awesome people.
It's no secret the do-it-yourself security systems are a joke. No self-respecting crook pays attention to them. Most national alarm companies aren't much better. SafeTouch security systems are the most advanced offered on the market. That all starts with that SafeTouch security system being professionally designed using layers of protection. They begin with a SafeTouch yard sign. The next layer is the SafeTouch perimeter guard cameras. They use analytics and video text notification to alert you before the crime actually happens. And not only does that come with 24/7 onboard video storage, the camera tells the bad guys they've been detected and they're being recorded. But it doesn't stop there. The SafeTouch Always On feature means that if anyone tries to violate your area of protection, SafeTouch is notified before they even enter the house. They call it their dome of protection. And not only is SafeTouch professionally installed by its highly trained pros, the SafeTouch monitoring system is right here, not some third-party out-of-state company. All that personalized service starts as low as $1 a day. Call 888-723-8682. Get the system I've protected my family with for over 10 years. You will love SafeTouch. Hop on board today at safetouch.com. State license ZF233.
Are you ready for summer? Wherever summer takes you, make sure you take your favorite radio station with you on your adventures with the free iHeartRadio app. That's right, no matter how far from home you travel, this station, the music you love, and the best podcasts in the world will be right there with you in your pocket.
Summer soundtrack.
Sunscreen, flip-flops, and the free iHeart app. Must-haves for any summer checklist. Download the free iHeart Radio app and discover music, radio, and podcasts you'll love this summer.
Culver's could have only started in Wisconsin. Just ask our team member Marcus.
Let's just say you can take the restaurants out of America's Dairyland, but you can't take America's Dairyland out of the restaurants. Like the real Wisconsin cheese on our juicy butter burgers, the farm fresh dairy in our fresh frozen custard, even our crispy golden Wisconsin cheese curds. It may sound cheesy, but we love where we come from at Culver's.
Almost as much as we love sharing it with our guests. Welcome to Delicious. Another reason Culver's could have only started in Wisconsin. Let our team member Anna tell you why.
People always say Culver's food tastes homemade, but that's also because our menu is basically homegrown. Cooked to order butter burgers and rich, creamy, fresh frozen custard, two of Wisconsin's favorite traditions. Same goes for our perfectly melty cheese curds and Culver's new Wisconsin Big Cheese Pub Burger.
It's delicious.
Available for a limited time. I mean, could it get more Wisconsin-y than all that?
Stop in and let's make our traditions your tradition. Welcome to Delicious.
Is your current home loan the right fit for you? Rising home values mean that you could have more home equity than you might imagine. And if you're considering a refi, an expertly chosen loan from Loan Depot could save you thousands. Ask about their smart term loans, cash out, and over 300 loan options to find just the right mortgage loan for you. Call now, 866-888-LOAN, or go to loandepot.com. Loan Depot, where home means everything. Rates are subject to change. Equal housing opportunity lender. NMLS number 174457. Licensed in all 50 states.
Hello, this is Joe Cordell. Cordell & Cordell is a firm that practices family law exclusively. We focus on only one area of the law to maximize our strength and effectiveness as advocates for clients that have everything on the line: their homes, savings, and most importantly, their children. We're the partner our clients count on.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Orlando area attorneys. Office in Orlando. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. CordellCordell.com.
See dealer for details. The hottest offers, the hottest certified pre-owned vehicles. It's the Certified Summer Sales event at Sutherland Nissan Orlando. Trade in your old car for $5,000 over book value so you can get certified. Start now at SutherlandBuysCars.com. Then rush to Sutherland Nissan Orlando.
Coming in at 5'3", it's #1 mom. She switched to Xfinity and got the all-new 3-for-1 bundle. Unlimited internet, streaming, and Xfinity Mobile. All for what you could pay wireless companies for just one 5G unlimited line. Boom! Shakalaka! That's why they call her the Master of Moolah, the Sultan of Savings, the Queen of Cash. And now, also with Xfinity Internet, you can get unlimited data, Wi-Fi equipment, and a free Flex 4K streaming box included with a 2-year rate guarantee and no term contract. All for just $30 per month when you add an Xfinity mobile plan at regular rates. Go to Xfinity.com/3-for-1, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit an Xfinity store today. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay. New fast internet 300 megabits per second customers only. Xfinity Mobile requires post-pay Xfinity Internet. After 24 months, regular rates apply to all services and devices.
Are you still in glasses or contacts? It's 2022 and time to level up your vision. The team at the Filatowski Eye Institute uses the latest state-of-the-art technology in vision correction surgery and is one of the leaders in vision correction surgery in Central Florida. Find out if you're a candidate. Text 1041 to 868686 and schedule a consultation now. And if money's a concern, don't stress. The Filatowski Eye Institute offers 24-month interest-free financing. Learn more today. Simply text 1041 to 868686 and schedule your consultation now.
Roof now, pay later. Tadlock Roofing offers the best financing in the industry. Get started at tadlockroofing.com.
One name in roofing stands on top. Tadlock.
Tadlockroofing.com.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. The one who just thought about checking your phone. How about don't? The car is no place for multitasking. Trust me. That text can wait. Those notifications can go unchecked. Did you know that you can be stopped and ticketed in Florida for texting and driving? So put that phone down and focus on driving. This message brought to you by the Florida Department of Transportation.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by RC Hill Mitsubishi, Highway 1792 in DeLand.
We now return to the Jim Colbert Show.
Great song. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Thanks so much for listening today. We appreciate that as we broadcast live from the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. Gateway Deep Space Launch Complex is on. Today was the very first day, and it was a glowing success. It was packed when we walked in here at 11, and it never let up. It was crowded until they ran everybody out of here.
I was going to say, it's not every day you watch security have to walk up and say, I'm sorry, but we're closing. But folks just didn't want to go.
So many great guests today as well. We'll tell you all about those guys here in a few seconds. I think we have 2 lines open for last call. That's 407-916-1041. Again, 2 lines open for last call. We'll get to you guys in just 1 second. Remember, if you want to come over, get all the information you need about Gateway, about Atlantis, about all the great IMAX movies and all the other cool stuff here at the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex, just go to KennedySpaceCenter.com. You can actually pre-order your tickets, set up experiences. They have lunch with an astronaut. Our buddy Mike Leinbach now is doing 2 tours a month. 30 people each. He walks them around, does all the behind-the-scenes stuff. If you really want the most comprehensive look at what they do here, I'm guessing Mike would probably have a good inside line for you. Again, it's KennedySpaceCenter.com. I know Ross is bringing his mom out here in a couple weeks. He has been begging everybody here in the building for free stuff for the last hour and a half.
And that's the sound as he received it.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Your free tickets just came in.
Magic.
Buddy.
Yeah, it's
Did you ask an astronaut? Did you ask an astronaut for his phone number?
I did.
Why would you do that?
Because he's Ross?
Because Ross didn't have a card to give him.
Yeah, so it worked to my advantage.
You should get your own card. Yeah, they'll print one. They'll print them for you here. All you have to do is ask iHeart. They'll print you an official Ross Padgett card.
All right, well, let me ask them.
We should all do that.
Put in a ticket.
What would your job be? Like it would be Ross Padgett, and then what?
Sauce man.
That's not a job.
but it's interesting.
It is interesting.
It makes you keep the card. What is a sauce man?
Deb would be co-host.
Yep.
Jack would be co-host producer.
News director as well.
Yeah, you're news director. Yeah. And you would be
sauce man.
Yeah, that fits. I
the
guess.
music
That's
man.
Fine. That's fine. We'll just stop there.
Sauce music man.
All right, 407-916-1041. Casey, we loaded up.
Extraordinaire.
Still got your lines open.
All right, 2 lines open again, 407-916-1041. Grab those, and we'll get to you again in just 1 sec. Deb, who do we have to thank today?
Oh, are you guys ready for this list?
I'm ready for the list.
Okay, it's quite a list.
Joke teller sauce man.
Fire the music, Casey.
We want to thank James Brooks, the Spaceport Integration, our Animal House guest today. I'll be posting the Animal House podcast shortly. Bruce Melnick, a veteran astronaut. Calvin Manning, Deputy Director of the John F. Kennedy Space Center, Orlando Sentinel columnist Scott Maxwell, Theron Prossie, Chief Operating Officer for the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex, and we would be remiss in forgetting our KSC crew has sat here with us for the last 4 hours, Christine, Alana, and Richard, who chased more than one listener away.
Yay!
Thank you all. Thank you, guys.
Nothing's better
Thank
than,
you.
I'm going to tell you, when it comes to exciting jobs, I don't think there's anything better than watching people talk. It's riveting. It's riveting. I mean, I know I would just love to sit here and just watch dudes talk.
Especially, not like they had special events last night and all through the day today. It's been very chill for them.
Outside in 105 degree heat.
Yeah.
Sauce man.
Chill.
Smelly sauce man.
Joke teller / sauce man, business card.
Music man.
Standing up this weekend, buddy?
Yes, I'm actually going to be out over in St. Augustine. That's going down. It's a really cool venue. If you want to get tickets, just go to my Instagram bio. The link is right there this Saturday.
What's the name of the club?
The name of the club is, I believe, the Beach. It's not. I think it's a different Beachum.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you don't know?
No.
I was waiting, man. I was just waiting.
That's the name of. It's the name of the venue. It's like
the name of the venue is I don't know.
I think it's a Beachum, but.
I think it's another beach
All right,
out in St. Augustine. It's a really cool room. I'm really looking forward to it.
All right, Ross,
Beacon.
There you go. That's same thing. Beacon and Beachum are the same thing. It's fine.
You got the first 4 letters right.
Everybody can figure it out. That's fine. Just say beach and they go, duh.
Yeah. St. Augustine Beacon. You can get your tickets over at my Instagram bio.
Very nice. All right, Jack, did we have a Twitter poll today? I don't think we did.
No Twitter poll today.
All right, very good. Let's get the last
no
call.
soup for you.
Casey, who's first today, buddy?
You know her, you love her. Party Mom.
Party Mom. Woo-hoo! Last call.
Hey, Jim.
Jim, Party Mom here. On the liner, lighting a bong in a vacuum tube. We're in space, and Jim Colbert's blowing up chunks on you. Gross. Smoke weed every day.
Thanks, Party Mom. Appreciate that very much.
Great job, Party Mom.
All right, Casey, who's next, brother?
Let's go with Mike.
Oh, man. Mike, last call.
Mike Larson here. Jimmy, knock, knock.
Who's there, Mike?
Mike. Buzzer
Mike who?
Larson. I scored the first buzzer on last call yesterday. I'm an idiot. Mike Larson, peace out.
Thanks, Mike. Mike, you're not an idiot, buddy.
Just a cartoon character of a man.
Right. Who's next, Case?
Tim.
Tim, last call.
Jim, how do you put a baby astronaut to sleep?
I do not know. How do you put a baby astronaut to sleep?
You rock it.
You rock it. Very nice. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that.
Oh, dad joke extraordinaire.
I like it.
I do too. It's not bad.
You're welcome to drive off the bridge.
Hey.
Casey, who's next?
This is our last guy, Steve.
Steve. Take us home, buddy. Last call. Steve.
All right, so how do you make a redneck lose his mind?
How do you make a redneck lose his mind? I do not know.
Yeah, you do.
You have a redneck at NASA rope a satellite and have 3 guys tie it down at 17,000 miles an hour.
Right, exactly. All right, buddy. Thank you. Appreciate that. If you didn't hear that, I'm telling you, podcast the entire show today.
Just say it for us real quick in your voice.
What? What you do is you got to get that arm out there, that Canadian thing, and then get 3 fellas out there, and then you just basically fish that satellite out of space. Them rednecks better have a good dick. Oh, I'm just saying bad word. All right, let's get out of here. Look, tomorrow coming up, we have Brendan O'Connor. We have Colbert Court, plus your calls and texts all day long back in the studio for us. Another great big thanks to the guys here at the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex for tolerating us yet another time. Again, if you have yet to come out here, it is genuinely one of the coolest things to do in all of Central Florida. KennedySpaceCenter.com. Get your tickets for the new Gateway Deep Space Launch Complex. You will love it.
It's
you guys
great
ready?
money, great value for your dollar,
Absolutely.
great entertainment
All right,
value.
let's get out of here. On behalf of Deb, Jack, and Ross, I am Jim. We follow the News Junkie. They follow the Monsters in the Morning. After us, it's Tom and Dan with the Corporate Time and our friends from Real Laughs. We will see you tomorrow at 3 o'clock for more of the Jim Colbert Show. Until then, have yourself a wonderful Wednesday evening.
Bye.
Peace.
Spectacle, monopolize the camera's eyes on choice the sky.